What the fuck was that, Ken?
Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1.
I've been loving every second. I'm not rooting for injuries openly, but
I just pretended that was Brian Deegan.
I'm so fucking pumped. I'll be like, yeah, bitch, fuck
I will do that.
I'm gonna find him on LinkedIn and be like, "Did you punch a kid in the face? Tell me the truth."
All right, Sean brought his A game tonight. All right, okay, I like it. I like where this is going. And I don't want to put this as like a thing. Like he wasn't a bad guy, as far as we know.
Who said he was a bad guy?
I don't know, but I feel like we're painting him in this light that he was like this bad guy, and I don't want to do that. To this day, I hope you hear this. Fuck you. But rules are rules, okay? Stupid rule, but it was a rule. If you were a Crip and you were cooling in the cut, what do the Bloods do? Are they booling in the butt? Yep. Also, we are extremely juvenile, and yeah, whatever. Fuck you. All right.
You fucking smacked me in the ass, you dumb fuck.
Well. If it isn't Mr. Betancourt and Joey Fats. Oh, you're already starting with this bullshit, aren't you? Yeah,
I didn't bring my Magnum marker with me. God damn it.
You know what? Do I have a Magnum marker over here?
Well.
Oh, I just lose my headphones. Oh, well.
Bless you.
Thank you. I have a marker over here somewhere for you. Where is it? I had it.
It's okay.
I literally pulled it out just for you.
I will do some more signs.
Because you know, here's the thing, because you're already starting with this bullshit, and you're like, I know you're just trying to piss me off, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. It's fine. Here, have this little colorful marker.
Oh shit!
It's
orange.
It's
no,
orange.
it's too small.
Yeah, well, it's highlighter orange.
I have to do like back in the day, like early 2000s, late 90s bold.
It's very high vis, you know. But anyway, I know you're just trying to piss me off with this Drake May MVP talk because
no, it's Drake May,
Drake
MVP,
May, yeah.
MVP talk.
But you're not going to get to me. You're not going to get to me. I can promise you, it's not going to get to me. So, anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us.
This is so bright.
Is row 1, seat 1 live right here on Joey Fats Radio on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. It is another absolutely beautiful Tuesday, a Thanksgiving Tuesday.
It is raining.
It is a little drizzly outside,
It's 55 though.
It's balmy. It's typical New England Thanksgiving, right? Every time we get to this time of year, we're like, it's gonna get so cold, and oh my god, it's so cold. And then we get to Thanksgiving, and I'm like, why am I sweating?
Ugh.
Like, why do I need to change shirts halfway through Thanksgiving dinner? Because I'm sweating through it. Not that I've had to do that in a number of years, because I haven't had a Thanksgiving off since 2018. But neither here nor there. That's not your problem. It's not my problem. My problem, your problem, our problem is we got a lot of sports talk to get into tonight. We got a shitload of stuff to do. We got a lot to talk about. You already starting with the bullshit Drake May MVP fucking nonsense that is just going to drive me up a wall. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it tonight. I promise we're going to talk about it. We'll get into your Patriots.
Finding ways to win.
Yeah, they're finding ways to win, all right. I mean, God, I don't know why they have to find ways to win against the teams they're playing, but they do. They fucking somehow manage.
We're losing 19 offensive linemen in one game.
Yeah, that was a big hit.
We lost 3 offensive linemen. That sucks
and you lost your first-round pick.
We lost we lost both of our good rookies. We lost the left tackle, Will Campbell. We lost Jared Wilson, the left guard. And we lost our right tackle, Morgan Moses, who's been with the Jets forever. Our right tackle.
Yeah, so the Patriots got their work cut out for them post-Thanksgiving. The Broncos got their work cut out for them post-Thanksgiving. We're going to get into my Broncos because we got a Sunday night football game coming up this week, Sean, against the Marcus Mariota-led Washington Redskins. And, yes, I will call them the Redskins because they will eventually be called the Redskins once again. I do believe that.
It does feel like it's going to go back to that.
I mean, I feel like ever since Trump got elected, we've started to dial back the retarded shit a little bit, you know? Everybody's just
How's that come on screen? Can you see that? Drake May.
I mean, no, you can't. I can barely see it from here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's so orange.
It really is. It's bright. It does look good, but it is bright. Yeah,
you can't see shit.
Drake May MVP. we'll get into that. We'll get into the Broncos. We'll get into the Patriots. We'll do a little bit of a recap. Obviously, MVP talk is going to come up.
Yes.
We'll do a little bit of that. What else? What else do we have? I'm gonna start the show with a rant. Shocking, I know. Me rant about something?
No.
That never happens.
No. A rant, you say?
A rant indeed, sir. A rant indeed.
No,
I don't know why I'm like collecting shit off this.
Preposterous.
It is. It is an absolutely blasphemous fucking accusation. Is that it? Anyway, we want to hear your rants, your blasphemy, your nonsense. 774-992-8702. Phone is open. Here it is. Watch this. Ready? Look.
To make sure it's on.
It's on.
It's on.
You see that?
On.
It's on. It's on.
I wanted to get to my notes I made during the week.
To quote one of the great rappers of all time, it's on and popping.
To make sure, I usually make notes during the week of like things I want to hit on to make sure I don't forget about shit.
That was a shout out to my boy Paulie Knows Pizza.
Who the fuck?
Great rapper.
Wanted to talk about Bengals bangling because they start Joe Burrow the whole week of practice, and then on Friday they're like Joe Flacco's going to play. Speaking about toes, Lamar Jackson possibly breaks his toe like 2 days ago. And then he's like, fuck it, I'm just going to play through it.
Well, he has to at this point. I mean, if the Ravens have any chance, or there is no chance. They have no chance without Lamar. So it's either do or die for the Ravens at this point. We'll get into that, too, because that AFC North is looking like it's going to come down to how much can the Baltimore Ravens do to get them there. I also want to get into what a just disgusting disappointment the Minnesota Vikings have been this year.
Oh, you mean 9? The 9-led Minnesota Vikings?
Yeah.
We have to talk about that. I like JJ coming out of the draft.
I don't. Not anymore.
No.
I didn't. Actually, you know what?
Dickhead.
I didn't like him coming out of the draft. I thought he was overrated as shit coming out. I told one of our loyal followers, who's also a diehard Vikings fan, this kid ain't it. He looked like he was him for a few minutes there. He had a couple moments, but it has become overwhelmingly evident that J.J. McCarthy...
Huge dickhead.
Ain't it?
Yeah. Kind of don't like him at all. And
Shedeur Sanders, we got to talk about Shedeur.
He's on my list.
Yeah.
I don't like any of his comments after the game.
Bro,
of them.
There is nothing. Shedeur Sanders has said nothing that I like at all.
No redeeming qualities.
And not for nothing, Kevin Stefanski has not made the situation better.
No.
And we'll get into that as well.
Wait. Saints release Brandon Cooks, who is apparently, it feels like...
It's like begs the question, who cares?
And then the Buffalo Bills signed him like almost immediately because they have nobody at wide receiver. Which
I'm
again,
fine
that's
with.
a
A
joke.
lot of people were banging the drum in Denver to bring him in. But we'll get into why Denver doesn't need him at all.
And Mayfield...
separated.
Yeah, it's a low grade sprain for his shoulder. And everyone thought it was going to be like a shoulder. Yeah, everyone thought it was going to be a tear. So that was kind of like the main hitters for the NFL. Everything else is kind of like hit or miss. Obviously Steelers still hopeful to make the playoffs. We can talk about playoff.
Steelers should still make the playoffs even without Aaron Rodgers. They're going to miss Aaron Rodgers this week?
Potentially, yes.
They're gonna. I think the reports that came out that I saw said that he was going to miss this week, and they were like, "Dude, like I think that when he was told he wanted to play, and they told him like, dog, like you can't, like you just can't risk it. Take a week, you can't risk it." I don't know what's going on in Pittsburgh, but that defense has not performed to anywhere near the level that I expected them to play.
No, T.J. Watt's underperformed as well. Like most of that defense is massively underperformed.
Although, did you see he passed his brother for on the all-time sack list, which is fucking crazy.
But that's a different position.
But J.J. was a juggernaut, dude.
But J.J. was strictly D-end. He never stood up.
I know, right.
And
you're
Watt
right.
is standing up 95% of the time.
But still, to pass J.J. Watt on the all-time sack list and what I feel like is like you just got in the league yesterday still.
He's not, though. He's been in the league like 8 years.
It's been a minute. It's been almost a decade, which is fucking wild. Like, and he had, like, wasn't that long ago, he had a season-ending, Achilles injury? Or it was an ACL injury?
I don't think it's ACL.
A couple years ago, and he was out like midway through the season. We were like, "Fuck!" And now look at him. Just still killing it. Gotta love it. You gotta love it. If you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you gotta love it. What you don't gotta love is the fact that you lost Aaron Rodgers, and now you're looking up at Baltimore coming on smoking hot right now. I mean, Baltimore is like Sydney Sweeney, and Pittsburgh's looking like the girl from GQ that interviewed her. Yeah.
You want to apologize for that? Do you?
One's looking like a fucking 10. The other one's looking mid as fuck, my guy. So we'll get into all that as the show rolls along. Again, we want to hear your comments, your concerns, your rants, raves, whatever it might be. Is Drake May the MVP? Should he win the MVP? I personally don't think he's the MVP of the AFC, let alone the NFL. But we'll talk about that as we go. 774-992-8702. Before we get into any of the Drake May, Patriots, Broncos, all that shit talk, I'm going to do something, Sean, that we very rarely, if ever, do on this channel.
Go on.
We're going to lead the show off with the Cleveland Browns. For two reasons.
I feel like this has happened a few times, though, sadly.
No, because we've led with hockey once. We've led with the WNBA once.
Twice.
You're right, twice.
Caitlin Clark won WNBA the other time.
Well, yeah, all right. So Caitlin Clark supersedes the WNBA. I don't put it, even though she's in the WNBA, I consider her like in a different stratosphere of the WNBA.
She's her own sport.
She's her own thing. She's her own entity. And Sophie Cunningham is just, America's heartthrob.
Currently.
I mean, what's not to love about her? She comes running to Caitlin's side every time she needs her. Throwing bows at hoes. That's a good one. I should coin that. Sophie Cunningham throwing bows at hoes.
Put that on a T-shirt.
Right? Dude, I just bought a T-shirt. It's a City Chevrolet T-shirt from Days of Thunder, obviously. But on the back, it just says "loose is fast." With in the letters is like the car, like a head-on view. Of
yeah.
Dude, it's probably gonna be my favorite fucking T-shirt of all time. Not gonna lie. God, I can't wait for NASCAR to start back up. But it's only been 3 weeks.
I know. I was like,
fiending. I'm like, when's Daytona? Less than 100 days. We're almost there.
You're ridiculous.
I can't wait. Super Bowl hits, and it's like, oh, Daytona's here. Sweet.
Cleveland.
We're going to lead the show with the Cleveland Browns tonight, which is something I never do because you know me. I hate the Cleveland Browns. I hate their fans. I hate their entire franchise. I hate everything about them.
Look at both of their buildings.
I think the only team that I hate more than Cleveland that's not the Patriots or the Chiefs or the Raiders.
What, John Henry?
I meant like in the NFL, but yes, him too, is the Chicago Bears. And we do have to talk about them a little bit tonight.
All right.
But I cannot stand the Cleveland Browns or the Chicago Bears. I feel like they're just they have two super highly dedicated fan bases that do not deserve the attention that they get. They don't deserve the love and the loyalty from the fans. I think at this point, like being a Cleveland Browns fan is almost like it's got to be Stockholm syndrome at this. Like
basically,
you're held captive by the biggest piece of shit that you can possibly find, and you're still like, but I love him. But you don't know what he's like when you don't know what he's like when he's sober, But the Browns are drunk 7 days a week, and then once a year or twice a year they'll be sober, and you're like, oh, but that's when he's at his best. That's when he's the best, Or you don't know her you don't know what she's like behind closed doors, bro. Like you don't know, like you just don't get it, man. It's like that dude that just like simps out for that fucking chick who's like 5'3", 240 pounds. And no one knows why he's in love with her, but he is. And you're just like, dog, what are you doing? And he's like, nah, man, you don't get it, bro. Like behind closed doors, man, like she's the best, bro. And you're like, dog, she fucked 6 of your friends last week.
What an analogy.
And that was just Monday through Friday. Like we didn't even get to the weekend. And they're like, you just don't get it, bro. That's what I feel like Cleveland Browns fans are. Because there's really no other fucking excuse. Why in God's name would you continue to support a team that shits down your throat Sunday after Sunday after Sunday for the better part of 4 decades? Like, when were the Cleveland Browns good? 50s? 60s? Then that was it?
There was that one time.
I mean, they had that one cool run, when they got to the They got to the the playoff game in 2002 when they had the Steelers on the ropes. When they had like Dennis Northcutt and Tim Couch, and you're like, oh, they're gonna win this one. And then they were just like, fuck you, no, we're not. We're the Cleveland Browns. We're gonna find a way to blow this 35-10 lead or whatever the fuck it was. So we're gonna lead the show with the shit ass Cleveland Browns. I hate the Cleveland Browns. I have this is not like I hate it. No, this is a visceral hatred that is on the same level, not quite to the extreme of like the Patriots and the Chiefs, but it's on that same level. Like if you were to ask me like who my most hated teams in sports were, number one is the New England Patriots. First and foremost, it doesn't even fail. Like that is just A1. Then I would go a pretty large gap, and it would be the Chiefs. And this is before Pat Mahomes and their success. I hated them since the days of Mighty Mouse and Donnie Edwards and Priest Holmes and all these other assholes that have come through Kansas City. To the team that the AFC Championship was named after their owner, it took them like 50 fucking years to finally win one. And I love that. And I loved that because they were just such a shitbox franchise. And then finally they were like, we're going to hire Andy Reid and let him actually draft a quarterback that he likes. And we're like, fuck. But that dynasty's over. We'll get to that in a little bit. But I hate the Chiefs. Then you get to like that next tier of hatred, which is like the Oakland Raiders, because you have to hate the Raiders if you're an AFC West guy because they fuck you every chance they get.
That makes sense.
Oh, the Raiders are good and they're playing the Patriots in the playoffs. Well, I'd rather the Raiders win than the Patriots. Oh, no, we're going to step on our dick. Here's a fumble. Oh, Charles Woodson, that's cute. Nice sack you had there. Too bad that's gone. Yeah.
Doesn't count.
Fuck you. Doesn't count. Fuck you, Oakland. You fucking cunts. And so they suck. And then they go on a run of just, abysmal. Could you possibly imagine being a Raiders fan?
Well,
if I was a Raiders fan right now, I would probably go find the most powerful painkillers I could find, swallow 100 of them, and then just chug a handle of vodka.
Well, I talked to Shane the other day, we both know, and he's like, dude, he was like, in my 25 years of being a Raiders fan, he's like, this season has made me question like my life choices.
You got Max Crosby, Ashton Genty, Geno Smith, Pete Carroll, and nothing changes.
Max Crosby,
it doesn't matter.
Fought with the linebacker Landon Roberts on the sideline this week.
Like, I'm glad you brought up Max Crosby because he's another one who's going to catch some fucking strays on this.
He should.
Because, like I said, we're leading the show with the Cleveland Browns. The reason why we're leading the show with the Cleveland Browns, Sean, is because I hate the Cleveland Browns. I hate that franchise. I hate everything about them. I hate their stupid fucking colors. Hate their stupid fucking stadium. Their stupid uniform.
Yes.
Their stupid fucking...
Yes.
We're so steeped in history. No, the fuck you aren't. Your history is of losing. You lose.
Stay on course.
You
stay on
suck.
course.
You're a fucking trash bag franchise, and you're awful, and you have millions of fans that come out and defend you, and all they want to talk about is you. You're 3-8, or whatever the fuck you are, and everybody wants to say, well, but if we get in the draft and we get Shador, a receiver, no, stop. I don't care. It doesn't matter. We've seen what you can do. We've seen what you do. You're going to fuck it up.
It's bad.
You know what you should do? I hope the Cleveland Browns go and they should just be like
they should move again.
They should work backwards in the draft.
No.
Who's Mr. Irrelevant? Who's going to be the 200 and 99th pick?
No, it's not 299.
270 something.
It's like 260 something. 260. Yeah.
They should draft that guy first. First round every year. Go find the punter that is going to be Mr. Irrelevant and draft him. And then whatever your draft board says, just flip it and do the opposite. Because we're sick and fucking tired of you wasting good talent and wasting away prime players' years, forcing them to play under that just unjust sun that shines on Cleveland.
Yeah.
It's pathetic. It's disgusting. The Cleveland Browns should be abolished from sports, and they shouldn't even be allowed to exist. They should be like the Mario Chalmers of the fourth quarter. They shouldn't have arms to shoot a basketball in the fourth quarter of a Miami Heat basketball contest. That's what they should be. They shouldn't exist. They shouldn't be allowed to be anything other than there to round out the numbers. You know what, Cleveland? you got a top 5 pick? We're actually going to penalize you for sucking so much dick over the last 20 years. That top 5 pick is now going to be a bottom 5 pick. We're just going to actually, you know what? You guys get what? They get how many picks do you get in a draft?
They get 7.
7. But
Generally.
with trades, you might get 12 or 10 or something like that.
I mean, if you have 10, that's usually generally too much. Like 6 to 8 is the sweet spot.
Let's just say hypothetically the Cleveland Browns get 10 picks in the draft.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be allowed to pick until the last 10 players are available. Because we're sick and fucking tired of you wasting good players. Case in point, Myles Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to put some blame on Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett ain't getting out of this one fucking unscathed.
It should be mostly his blame, to be honest with you.
100% his blame. Now, you've spent, how long has Myles Garrett been in Cleveland?
Mistake by the lake.
That's what it is. How long has Myles Garrett been in Cleveland?
8 years, I believe.
8 years. 8 seasons this man has played in the Cleveland Browns
Correct.
franchise. 8 years. He has been front and
9.
center.
I'm sorry, 9 now this year.
This year makes 9, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So 8 years ago he was drafted. This is his 9th season. We have seen him play in that shithole of a franchise now for 8.5 full seasons.
Mm-hmm.
He had a chance to leave this franchise, not once, but twice.
Correct.
He chose not to leave it either time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Myles Garrett has 18 sacks through 11 games.
This season, yeah, correct.
Right now.
The most in his career is this season.
He's already topped the Cleveland Browns franchise record. He's already beaten his personal record. And let's be honest, he is going to break.
What's it, 24 for the
22.
22?
Yeah. He
So
needs
he's
4
only
sacks in 6 games.
4 to tie, 5 to break.
He had 3 on Sunday.
Yeah.
He needs 5 sacks to break the record in 6 games. And he is playing at an alarming rate. The man is unfucking blockable right now. He looks like it's like that
Silverback gorilla against the zookeepers.
Unless one of those zookeepers happens to be Mike fucking Tyson. You know? I was gonna say it was like that commercial where the guy like goes and plays and like or better yet, how about the meme of Mike Allstott? It's like what my nieces and nephews see on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And it's just Mike Allstott just trucking motherfuckers, and it's like, by the way, I'm 27 beers deep. Like,
yes.
And it's just like me, like just boom, just handling dudes. That's what Myles Garrett looks like right now. He looks like a man among boys. He cannot be stopped. 18 sacks through 11 games is absolutely fucking insane. That is an insane clip. Like, he's not only is he going to break the record, Sean, he's going to shatter it. And he is probably going to set a record that we might never see broken. Because I don't know anybody that is for everything to come together for you to have this many sacks in a season.
That's pretty difficult.
Is insanely difficult, especially when you're on a team that's what's their record? 4-7?
Do they even have 4 wins? I don't think they even have 4 wins this season.
Or 3-8?
I think they are 3-8.
Like, they're terrible. So their offense is doing nothing to protect them. It's not like he's pinning his ears back late in the games and just getting after quarterbacks because they're having to throw to catch up because they're down by 30 points.
Yeah, they're 3-8.
This man is doing this in a situation where they're playing from behind most
Legitimately,
games.
yeah.
This is insanity. Sean, I want no one to leave this show tonight on not fully grasping what Myles Garrett is doing right now as a pass rusher. This is some Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White-esque shit that we are seeing. This is some special shit. This is crazy what he is doing, the numbers he is putting up. Again, it is not a matter of if he breaks the sack record. Mark Gastineau will finally be able to go to bed knowing that Michael Strahan's bullshit-ass record that Brett Favre gifted him because he didn't like him will have been broken legitimately. Mark Gastineau will look at Myles Garrett and be like, that is the true king of sacks.
Yeah. No, I like that one better. King
sack.
sack.
King.
No,
King sack.
I like
He
king
will
sack.
know.
I like that.
He will know that he will go to bed calling Myles Garrett King Kong every single fucking night because that's what he has done. Now, here's why I don't give a shit if Myles Garrett could have 30 sacks before the year's done, and he might. He fucking might. He could average 2 a game for the next 6 games. And you know why? I would never, ever, ever, if I was in the privileged position to vote for Defensive Player of the Year, I would not vote for Myles Garrett because he chose to stay in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Because he chose to stay on a team that was destined to be 4-13 or 5-12 at the end of the year. Let's just say hypothetically, Shedeur Sanders is the next coming of Jesus H. Christ at quarterback.
There's zero chance of that.
I get that.
Yes,
but let's just say,
let's
for the sake
pretend.
of the conversation, at best, they're going to go, 3-3 the rest of the year? If you look at their
Sure.
schedule, I looked at their schedule
Sure.
earlier. I think 500 would be a great.
If that happens, it's a miracle.
Agreed. So they're going to end up 6 and
6-11.
6-11.
Horrific.
You're still drafting in the top 10.
Not this year. You'll probably draft
No, they have to be
11. There's a lot of bad teams this year.
Yeah, but there's only so much room for so many bad teams.
You'd be amazed.
We'll look it up in a minute. But my point is, they're going to be a top 10 draft pick.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7,
6,
8,
7.
9, 10, 11, 12. There's 13 teams with under 5 wins.
Yeah. That's fine, but a couple of those are going to luck into some wins.
I know, but I'm just saying, as of right now, it's pretty bad right now.
Under
so.
5, yeah, sure. No. You look at it, a third of the league is going to draft in the top 10.
Yes, I get it. But
So they're probably going to be in there.
If they win 6 games, you might have them get to like 11
maybe
or
they're
12.
or 12.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Whatever. They're still in the bottom third. They're in the bottom third of the league. Even if Shedeur Sanders comes in and goes 3-3.
Shedeur.
And we'll get into Shedeur in a second because I do have some fucking comments on this guy.
Y'all see me play 1 week in practice.
I said 1 week. Man, you're going to be dangerous. Oh, shut the fuck up. Anyway.
Jesus Christ.
And I have some reasoning why. And it's not going to please Browns fans, but, Shedeur is so fucked. He has no idea.
He looks like a child playing quarterback.
He is. I will never vote for Myles Garrett to be Defensive Player of the Year because he chose to stay on this team. And don't get me wrong, Defensive Player of the Year is it is very much a statistically driven award.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a wins-losses award like MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they gave Adrian Peterson MVP in 2012.
Yes.
Even though the Vikings were 10-6 at the time.
Yes.
But he also came up 10 yards short of the all-time rushing record.
Correct, which sucked.
Which, God, I wish he had broken that
Mm-hmm.
and scored because actually I think that would have won me. I think that would have won me the fantasy championship right then and there.
Those 10 yards?
Yeah, because I had him in beast mode that year.
My God.
Yeah, my team was stacked. Unlike this year. Well, my team's still stacked at running back, but I can't fucking buy a win. So it is what it is. But I will forever hold it against Myles Garrett
Mm-hmm.
for deciding to stay in Cleveland like an absolute jackass and waste this. I mean, you don't think he could have had 18 sacks with the Denver Broncos, the St. Louis Rams, the Houston Texans, the New England Patriots, the Indianapolis Colts, the Kansas City Chiefs, God forbid. The Chargers, maybe not the Chargers because they would have found a way to hurt him. The Seattle Seahawks, the Niners.
He would have been a monster.
The Bears.
Yeah, he would have been a monster.
He would have been a monster anywhere he went. He's doing this. He might have actually had more the way he's playing right now. Because he's playing on the word. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Imagine he got traded to Philadelphia.
Bro, it's a wrap.
He might have 30 sacks, legitimately.
And not for nothing, but we kind of got to talk about that Jalen Phillips trade. Philly's looking like a fucking problem right now.
Yeah, I mean, defensively they look like a problem.
I know Jalen Hurts doesn't look like he's a problem, but if you told me it was going to be Denver-Philly in the Super Bowl, I would not bat an eye.
I feel like
Because I think those two teams are mirror images of each other.
defensively, that team is going to get carried defensively through the playoffs.
Both of them are.
Who?
Denver and Philly.
Oh yeah, I think most teams. I think the only team that's complete in the NFC right now is the Rams.
Yeah.
That's the
why
most
they're my
complete
pick
team.
to be in the Super Bowl, but Philly beat them.
I'm
It was in
aware.
Philly, and I know the Rams. I think right now the Rams would host Philly. I think the Rams are the 1 seed. So.
I think the Rams would do better this time around.
Agreed. They should have beat them the last time,
Yeah.
but we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
I will forever hold it against Myles Garrett for not leaving the Cleveland Browns.
Because
Because he could have gone on to any other franchise, had this numbers, and been contributing to a Super Bowl win. Instead, he's contributing to a top 10 draft pick team.
today, 11/25. Today's date, 11/25.
Yep.
11/25/2025. I'm stating it today. Myles Garrett is traded this offseason. He's going to break the record, and he's going to get traded, and it's going to be to a contender. I guarantee. Watch it be to Philadelphia. He'll get traded this offseason to Philadelphia.
Who do you think is gonna initiate that sequence?
Oh, another team.
Well, no, will it be Myles or will it be Cleveland? Because neither one.
Myles' team will reach out and be like, he's unhappy. He put so much effort.
But the Cleveland Browns are gonna sit there and go, "Great, we just paid you a bunch of money to be happy.
Well,
Thought you were happy with the money."
Well, the Browns are poor because they're still paying Deshaun $55 million a year to do nothing.
Wow.
They're like, please stop raping people.
It's almost
and he's
it's almost as if bad teams stay bad because they do dumb shit like that.
Between both of them, they're paying those two people
Yeah.
$80 million.
It's unbelievable.
So they might entertain trading him because it'll help us, and he doesn't want to be here anyway.
I don't know. I don't see it. Well, the Browns aren't going to trade him. Excuse me. The Browns aren't going to trade him.
2 firsts.
That would have to be that's the starting point. I mean, we already saw what Micah Parsons got.
I know, but it'll be 2
And
firsts.
Myles Garrett is light years better than Micah Parsons at this point.
It'll be 2 firsts to the player. That's what it'll be. I guarantee
at
it.
minimum.
Yep, I guarantee it.
At a minimum. If they decide, but I don't see what that doesn't benefit the Browns though.
Doesn't matter. The Browns get cap relief.
They get, I guess
Because
they get
they're
cap
stupid.
relief and they get draft capital, which
Yes.
they traded away for Deshaun Watson in the first place.
And because they're stupid.
Do you see how I did that? I didn't say Deshaun Foster.
Oh, my God. The Jets will trade for Myles Garrett.
Yeah, but then you just go to another shitty franchise.
They don't care. It's the Jets. They're
And Myles
stupid.
Garrett probably doesn't have any say in that anyway.
He doesn't have a no compete clause. I mean, a no trade clause.
No, because he's under contract now for what, 3 more years or 4 more years after this year.
I believe so. I think it wasn't a 4-year deal.
So that extension actually makes him very tradable.
Sure.
Because you're getting a premium pass rusher at, yes, a premium price, but you're getting a premium product.
Yeah.
And then you have to deal with the picks and all that. Honestly, I could see it being maybe a first and a third or a first and a second because of the contract, because the team that's trading for him is going to say, unless it's the Jets, they'll be like, yeah, we'll give you 2 firsts.
They have 3 first-round picks in this upcoming draft.
We just traded away Quentin Williams, so who cares? Like,
and Sauce.
yeah, right. They got nothing now. Aaron Glenn's
smiling.
Aaron Glenn's going to be like,
knew it.
can I get something? Like, god damn, bro.
Smile on the sideline. This is what I was waiting for.
So, but my point is, I will hold it against Myles Garrett forever. Like,
Yeah,
if I was a voter for Defensive Player of the Year, he could have 30 sacks. I'm not voting for him for Defensive Player of the Year because you didn't contribute to any wins.
No, he didn't.
You're not contributing to a winning product. Like, yeah, like, okay, Myles Garrett can go out and feast and get 30 sacks. To me, that's just self-serving stat padding.
Yes.
Cool, you did you. You made everybody, yeah, great. You made everybody aware that you were worth the contract.
Should we have been given Megatron MVP every season?
Right.
He was a dog shit team forever. No,
Seriously.
Yeah, you were amazing to watch. You weren't winning anything. You didn't win MVP.
Or Phillip Rivers. You know, or like when he's out there fucking just chucking bombs in San Diego all day every day.
It sucks.
But you're like, yeah, you're 8-8. You kind of suck. Not your fault, but your team kind of sucks. You know, like,
Hey, that happens.
And that's the problem. And that's why I would never vote for Myles Garrett this year for MVP, for Defensive Player of the Year, I should say.
No, he shouldn't win, though.
He's going to. I'm telling you right now, Sean, he's going to. He's going to set the sack record, and every sycophant in the media is going to slob his knob. Because you have to remember, the national media, for some reason, has this infatuation with Cleveland. They love Cleveland. They love the Browns. It's almost like there's been, like, marching orders have been issued by the NFL to all their media counterparts that, like, you will prop up the Browns every chance you get.
It's a national darling team for some reason.
For no reason at all. They
Come
suck.
and look both at our
They're
buildings.
terrible, dude. They're a fucking dog shit franchise that has no business being in
You
the
said
CFL.
dogs.
Woof woof. You know, like they don't even belong in the. They don't belong in the league, let alone. I don't know. They just don't. They don't belong. They're terrible.
It is frustrating.
It is.
But
dude,
and now that they have Shador, and that bullshit win. By the way, that first touchdown they scored, Shador wasn't even on the field. It was a trick play, and he wasn't on the field. He was on the sideline.
right, he wasn't. But he did throw that screen pass though that went for 51 yards.
Which he had nothing to do with.
And this is a great segue into the Shador Sanders thing, because
he was terrible.
Listen. So I listen to a lot of Broncos media.
Of course you do, as I listen to a lot of Patriots media.
A lot of Broncos media also covers the Buffs. They've also covered Shador the last couple of years. They love Shador out there.
Whoa.
They love him. They adore Shador.
Go on.
That's a real sentence.
Adore Shador.
Adore Shador. They want Shador to get a chance in the worst way. And they're I get it, like that's their boy. And they're also, and you know what, here's the thing too. They've gotta say good things about Shador, because they know damn well Dion is listening, and Dion is still the coach of the Buffs. So yeah, while they might cover the Broncos, you know, a couple of days a week, they're also covering the Buffs on Saturday.
Yep.
And if Dion decides he doesn't like what they said about his kid, we've seen how Dion acts in these post-game pressers and how he treats the media, which I personally love, because fuck the media. I can't stand the media. I think they're all trash, and I think they're all assholes. But if you're trying to make, you're trying to get a quote or a headline or a nugget, you've got to kind of kiss Dion's ass if you're covering the Buffs. And a lot of the guys I listen to cover the Buffs and the Broncos, so they do both. So they're kind of kissing Shador's ass a little bit, and I see right through it. And I'm like, I see where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I see you boys, you know. That being said, I think without that, so Shador threw that screen pass that went for, I want to say, 57 yards and a touchdown.
It was...
Or 51 yards?
66 yards.
66.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was literally 37%. I'm sorry, 44% of his total yards that day.
Yeah, I think if without that screen pass, I think he has,
140 yards passing.
140 yards passing and a
That's
pick.
it. Yep.
And a lot of those 140 yards of passing, I don't know if you watched the game. I did. Receivers, it was just busted coverages. It was the Raiders.
Yeah.
And it was just like guys like Jerry Jeudy just running wide open. No one within 10, 15 yards of him. And Shador just puts it on him. He did make one or two really good throws that I was like,
he doesn't have a terrible arm.
no, but I was like, I can, all right, I'll tip my cap to that. That was a good throw.
Yes.
That was a pro throw. Like, you made a pro throw. But most of his throws were just like, dog, I could have made that throw.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like
he wasn't impressive.
No. Like, there's 32 quarterbacks in the league. You didn't make a single throw that any one of those 31 other quarterbacks couldn't have made.
Correct.
And that's including, the really shitty ones and the backups that are starting, in week 12 of the NFL season. So Shador goes and he does his thing, and they get the win, right? Against the vaunted Raiders.
The two-win Raiders, by the way.
You want to talk about another guy who'll never get a vote for a Defensive Player of the Year, Max Crosby. Stop signing with shitty teams. Stop signing extensions. If you're a good player, stop signing extensions with shit teams. If you play for the Bengals, the Raiders, the Jets, the Jags, the Browns, the Cardinals stop signing extensions with those teams. You will, if you're a good player, unless you're one of those players that like they value way more than the rest of the league market does, then by all means get your bag. But if you can go, like Myles Garrett could have gone anywhere and gotten the exact same money he got from Cleveland. Literally anywhere. He could have had his pick of teams if he decided to say, nope, I'm not signing with the Browns again. I'm out of here.
He should have left.
1,000%. But you know what he doesn't value, Sean? Winning.
No, he
and
doesn't
that's
give a
fine.
shit. Most of these guys don't give a shit about winning.
No, they don't. And it's unfortunate because you know who gives a shit about winning? Us, the fans.
Yeah.
We're the only ones that really care about winning, and the owners because they get to brag about it later on. But then again, they're all winning anyway because they're just like, we're raking in billions of dollars at a rate you can measure by the minute. What the fuck do I care if we win the Super Bowl or not? But we're the only ones that care about winning. Not
we're
the
the
only ones.
only ones that have a vested interest in caring about the team if they win or lose.
Exactly. So, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, terrible teams, 2 players should not be there. Anyway, Shador. The worst part about the whole Shador thing, though, was the post-game interview.
Horrific.
I mean, if there was ever a reason to not like this guy, he gave it to you on Sunday. When he's standing out there and they're like, hey, man, like, great job, got your first win as a starter, this, that, and the other thing. Like, what do you think? He's like, and man, and it's just 1 week of practice.
Do you want the exact quote?
Yes.
Winning is crazy. This is off of 1 week of practice. You know what I mean? This is 1 week of practice. So imagine what a full offseason looked like. It gets dangerous, but it's just 1 week of practice. So I'm just truly thankful for everything that happened.
Never says, great job to my defense for balling the fuck out. Never gives any thanks to any of the players. Doesn't thank his receivers for running routes that were wide open, so he never even had to fit like 2 balls into a tight window all game. He just basically says, yeah, man, like,
I did it.
look at me. Look at what I did on 1 week of practice. How easy is this? Easy game, baby. Easy game. And, like, I get that's like his dad's bravado coming through in him a little bit, and I like that. But, bro, your dad was a Hall of Famer. You were the 5th. First of all, let's put this into like, let's put this into perspective real quick.
Mm-hmm.
He was the 5th of 5 quarterbacks on that roster at one point. The fact that the Cleveland Browns were even carrying 5 quarterbacks is unfucking heard of. So they had so little faith in you that they carried 2 quarterbacks more than any other team in the league.
Correct.
Most teams only carry 3 through training camp. One will, you have your backup, and then the 3rd stringer in case of emergencies. That guy will usually get, relegated. He'll be up and down on the practice squad, whatever. Maybe stay on the roster because he's a holder or some shit like that, whatever. They carried 5 fucking quarterbacks because that's how little faith they had in you. And then if you go and you listen to Kevin Stefanski in the postgame speech in the locker room, Sean, if I'm a head coach, right, and I've got a quarterback who's been a bit maligned, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Shador's come into the league, thought he was going to be this, and he's this.
He thought he was going to be a top 5 pick.
He definitely had some high hopes.
He was a top 5 round pick.
Now, I didn't think he was a day 1 pick. I didn't think he was a day 2 pick. I thought he was a day 3 pick.
I said 3rd round.
Yeah, 3rd round I thought was as good as he could do. Based on what I saw watching him at Colorado last year, I didn't think he was great. I thought he was unpolished and had some pretty good raw talent that could be, nurtured and grown into something that could be of use. Wow, was he... I don't know who was blowing the smoke up his ass or who was telling him why he was going to be better than what he is, but boy, were they wrong.
Dude, everybody.
The Cleveland Browns, the worst franchise in football, drafted you and then carried 5 quarterbacks through the entire preseason.
Mm-hmm.
What does that tell you? This team has no idea what they're doing. Nobody else wanted you. And then we're like, we got 4 quarterbacks already. Fuck it. We'll add Shador. What's the worst that could happen?
This.
The worst that could happen is all 4 of the guys ahead of him get hurt, and now we have to play him in week fucking 13. Yeah, that's pretty shitty. When you listen, I wish I had cut up the audio from Kevin Stefanski's post-game presser, but you'll just have to bear with me. I'll give it to you, not verbatim, but I'll paraphrase it. Stefanski thanks everybody on the team. How about he thanked the kicker, a linebacker, a receiver, a running back, and he goes, and how about this guy making his, getting his first win, Shador? Good job. And that's it. Like a brief, barely a brief mention. And then he goes on and goes, and how about that fucking defense? And Myles Garrett and the defense. And he goes off on this tangent. Shador Sanders got barely a shout out in the post game. Like they were giving out game balls. Shador didn't get one. Or if he did get one, it was basically like a blip on the radar. And it was like, oh yeah, good job, Shador. Way not to fuck it up. Basically was what Kevin Stefanski said.
Right. I mean,
it was cringy. And it tells you everything you need to know about what I think that locker room feels about Shador Sanders. I like Shador. I think he's got some raw talent. I think he can make some good throws. I think he's a good quarterback. Honestly, you know what I see Shador as? More realistically, I see him as the starting quarterback on the 2028 men's Olympic flag football team.
I don't think he would do well in flag football.
I think he's the gold medal winning quarterback of the inaugural flag football Olympic games.
I don't think he would even do that well.
I think that's what he's going to do. Because I don't see it, because he's not going to last in this league. Sean, his own team doesn't give a shit.
No.
They're just like, yeah. I mean, granted, Dylan Gabriel was cleared from concussion protocol this week, and Shador has been named the starter for Sunday. But we'll see how quick that leash is.
Dude, those videos you used to send me about the Cleveland Browns fans saying, I'm going to pick the top 5 worst quarterback plays I have of the week. And the guy just doing honorable mention about Dylan Gabriel bad throws, and then his top 5 plays are Dylan Gabriel play. I thought those were so funny.
They were, but now it's like, what are we doing here?
I hope he does it with Shador Sanders throws.
Me too, because he would be right within his rights to do so. I don't see a situation where Shador Sanders is, honest to God, truly successful in this current state of the NFL.
We talked about Jaden Daniels being too small for the NFL. Shador Sanders makes Jaden Daniels look like a bodybuilder. I saw Shador Sanders in that post-game press conference, and I was like, there's so much room under those pads. It's like either his pads are gigantic, like he's wearing pads too big for him.
It did look like he was in really, really oversized pads.
or he is really not playing his weight, or he lost a lot of weight. He is tiny out there. And he gets hit by someone. If Myles Garrett was playing against him and Myles Garrett hit him, I'm pretty sure he'd be dead.
And I get, the media's got to they got to jump up. They got to kind of gaslight it a little bit and make Shador Sanders, he might not be the prettiest, but he could be like Tim Tebow.
No, not at all.
He doesn't have that magic.
Tebow was built like a Greek god, okay?
Tim Tebow was, 6'2", 240?
No, I think he was like 6'4", 240.
No, I think he was only 6'2".
Well, Tebow was built like a linebacker, okay? Like, he should not have been quarterback. He should have been a tight end, or it should have been a different position. And that was the whole knock on Tebow.
I think he was 6'3".
He was 6'3", you're right. So we split the difference. You said 6'2", I said 6'4". He's 6'3". He was 6'3", 245. And his playing weight, he got up to 255 in Florida.
So he's my height.
That's a big boy, man.
He's my height, 240.
And that's why so many people were like, switch to tight end. You are a big beast of a human being, and he's like, no thanks, I'm a quarterback.
No, he wanted to be a quarterback.
Yeah, I get
and I
it.
love that. I love that for Tim. And honestly, I think Tim is, again, and I've said it a million times in the show, the most fun I have ever had as a football fan was that 2011 season.
Yeah.
By far and away, my favorite year of NFL football ever. I don't think anything will even come close to it, to be honest. And the Broncos didn't win the Super Bowl that year, but the Giants did. But that also had to do with a lot with my cousin Kevin passing away that year.
Yeah.
You know, my cousin Kevin, who was a Giants fan, passed away in October. I went to that. My cousin, his sister, had bought him tickets to go to the November Patriots-Giants game in Foxborough. I went with my uncle.
Yep.
Had my Eli Manning jersey on. Jake Ballard catch the winning touchdown right in front of us.
Jake Ballard, wow.
And I'm just loving life at that point. And then the Super Bowl, then the Tim Tebow run was happening simultaneously, where the Broncos were winning games that we had no business winning in ways that we had no business winning them. Like, there was no other way. I'll never forget it. My cousin, my other cousin,
Sean?
no, Colleen,
Okay.
her and her husband Shane. I consider
Shane,
both
okay.
of I consider both of my cousins. Kevin's sister, Colleen, was my age. And she and her husband showed up at my house one Sunday during the Tebow era. It was the day we played the Bears, and the Broncos. And Shane was just like, he's like, I don't know, man. He's like, I only see the highlights of the game. He's like, I wanted to see one in real time and like see how it actually played out. He's like, I have to see it for myself. And anyway, I had the Sunday ticket, so they came down. I think they were down from, I don't know if it was they were down for Thanksgiving, whatever, but they were down. They were in town because they live in New Hampshire. They came, they showed up at my house, unannounced, by the way, which was normal at that time in my house. Like, you didn't have to have an invite. My door was always open, and we had the Sunday ticket. If you rolled up, pull up, come watch some football. The only stipulation we had was no Patriot fans allowed. It thinned the herd. It was kind of nice. But we were just a bunch of Patriot haters watching fucking football every single Sunday. And Shane and Colleen pull up. They come downstairs, and it's the Bears game. And we're down, like, I want to say, like, 14-3. And it's getting to the end of the fourth quarter. I'm like, fuck. Like, this sucks. Like, it's not going to happen. Marion Barber, who was a Bear at the time.
Marion the Barbarian.
Marion the Barbarian.
Love that dude.
He's all of a sudden, like, I think he fumbled one. The Broncos recover.
He was a huge fumbler.
Tim Tebow hits Demaryius Thomas
Over the middle, probably.
for a touchdown. Pulls the game within reach. And then the Bears are running out the clock. And Marion Barber inexplicably just goes down inbounds to help the Broncos out. Like, I don't know I forget, or goes out of bounds, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
To help the Broncos out, stops the clock. Broncos get the ball back, bang. I think it was Matt Prater at the time. Drills a fucking like 64 yard or 61 yarder to win the game or send it to overtime.
Dude, what the fuck is up with kickers this year too?
And-
Nailing like 60 yarders
And
regularly.
my cousin Shane, like, Shane's sitting there and he's just like, I can't fucking believe this. He's like, I've been hearing about this all year because this is like the 5th or 6th week in a row now this has happened. This is, I think, the week before the Patriots came to town when you guys blew the doors off of us. And he's like, I've been hearing about this every fucking week, and now to see it, and it's like, it's me, T, Tommy, like, we're all going fucking bananas, and we're like, just here we go again. Another Tebow fourth quarter, like, divine intervention just swoops in and saves the day. And he was like, no fucking way this actually fucking happened, dude. He's like, I cannot fucking believe what I just saw. And I'm like, get used to it, baby. This has been our whole year. This is how it is. Since Tebow took over, it was just divine intervention after divine intervention. And it was the most fun I have ever had as a Broncos fan. And that includes all 3 Super Bowl runs, like 3 Super Bowl wins. The other Super Bowl runs were great. 2013 was great. 2012 was great, but nothing compared to 2011. And then for the way the season to end up finishing the way it did with the Giants coming back against the Patriots and beating them in that Super Bowl was just, I mean, that was just the chef's kiss.
Yeah.
You know, you want to talk about divine intervention? I'm fairly certain my cousin was just like, smite. Like, he hit the smite button on the Patriots that day. And that was one of, I think that's the most emotional I have ever been after a sporting event that didn't involve any of my teams, because that was the one time I was like, this was bigger than football. This was bigger than a game. And it was the most fucking fun I have ever had. And then 2011 for me will forever be the greatest sports season I've ever had.
Yeah, because there was so many ups and downs of like.
It was just every week, dude. You know, the Broncos were on they're on the ropes. And they
peaks
come
and
back.
valleys, peaks and valleys.
Yeah, and then to close it out with the Giants winning against the Patriots.
Yeah.
Was just, like I said, I was the chef's kiss. I think that was my cousin's, like, I'm not a religious person, but I am a spiritual person.
Yeah, I felt
that was his
connected.
That was his way of saying, like, I'm good.
F you.
Yeah, and also fuck all y'all, because he hated the Patriots just as much as we did. It was awesome. I mean, God, 07, I remember going to Knuckleheads and partying with him in 07 after the Patriots had lost, and we played Hey Hey Na 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 Goodbye on the jukebox. I mean, we must have put $20-$30 in there and just played the same song over and over and over again, to the point where the whole bar cleared out. And it was me, my cousin Kevin, PJ, Pokey, Durant, Big Black Kelsey.
They hated your guts.
And, dude, it was like us and, like, the owners left after, like, a half hour. Because the song kept coming on.
I was like, kill yourself.
And we kept singing it, and we're ordering drinks, and we're singing the song. Everybody's in, like, depression mode. They're like, I can't believe it. We just blew an undefeated season, and we're like, fuck yeah. All in Giants gear, all fucking just raucous as fuck. And I think by the end of it, I think there was like 7 of us left in the bar.
Wow.
Maybe it might have been including the bartenders. But it was awesome. But that was my cousin's, like, I feel like that was his, like, his just way of, from, like, beyond the grave, being like, see you later. And it was awesome. And I have never, ever, ever, and probably never will have, an emotional connection to a sporting event
like that one.
like that year was. Just because it was just, my cousin passed in October. So we had November, December, January, February, like, a lot of time to kind of, like, get through it all. And I remember the day he passed away was the day Tebow made his entrance against the Chargers and almost brought him back to beat the Chargers. And then I think his first start was the next week in Miami. And it was just, it was on from there. And it was just an absolutely legendary year. Obviously, it sucked, you know, losing my cousin. But the football side of it was, dude, it was untouchable. Like, I can't even begin to explain to you the emotions that went through that year. Like, even looking back at it now.
Yeah, of course.
Like, it still makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck just because of how invested we all were and how much fun that was.
Mm.
And what a ride it was. Like, to loot, you know, it brought my whole family, like, super close, you know, brought us even closer than ever. And then for it just to end the way it did was just like, God damn, dude, you couldn't draw this up. Like, you couldn't have written it better. When Welker dropped that ball, that shittily thrown ball by Brady, by the way.
That was a good ball.
It was a shitty ball. When he dropped that ball, I'll never forget. I texted Craig DeMello right then and there. I said, Kevin just decided the Giants are winning this game. And Craig was just like, I don't know, man. Like, it's a tall hill to climb. That Mario Manningham's grab on the sideline, and then the whole, it just went from there. But I was just like, bro, Mike, I remember sitting on my couch, like, dejected. The Patriots are driving. And I'm like, this game's over. Like, they're going to get a field goal, game's going to be over. It's a wrap. Like, they're going to kill the clock. It's going to wrap. And then Welker dropped that ball, and I was like, oh, there's a chance. And then all of a sudden, like, all the memories of that whole year, all the Tebow shit came, and I'm like, nah, this is happening. Giants are winning this game. And it was just, dude, what a fucking ride from there. What a fucking ride.
I can't watch either of those games.
The 2011 one to me is so much better than 07.
No.
07 was because 07 came from like a pure place of hate where I didn't want them to win because I didn't want them to have the undefeated season and that accolade, and I didn't want, and I was like, no, I'm like, no, like they can't get it. Like, no, like you've already had too much success. You've already had too many wins. Like, no, fuck you. Like, you can't have it.
Right.
That came from a pure place of hate. 2011, though, came from a place of, like, I wasn't so much, like, yeah, I was rooting against the Patriots, but if it hadn't been the Giants, it wouldn't have been the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the Giants were my cousin's squad. That's what made it special. And so 2011, I think, came from, like, more of a place of, like, I want to say love, but like it was more of a place of like, you know, like I was rooting for him because that's what my cousin would have wanted.
Right.
And that's what I wanted.
I mean,
it just so happened to coincide.
I didn't feel good about that Super Bowl. I mean,
well, 2011, you guys had what, like the 28th ranked defense that year, or 25th ranked defense?
it wasn't a great defense.
They
that
were not
year,
a good defense.
but it was like a Brady, like dragging the offense, like
Brady.
that year.
You had Aaron Hernandez, Gronkowski. Like,
oh yeah, that was
peak Gronk and Hernandez.
that
Because
was
I think
the dual tight end set. That was Aaron Hernandez catching the touchdown, breaking the vault, the throw the money celebration. And
Yeah.
I was full Hernandez that time. I was like, yes, kill it. And I was like, a little too close to the
fucking
vest.
6 weeks later, he's getting arrested.
No, it wasn't. No,
Or was that 2013 he got arrested?
13.
So 12, he still played?
He
in
killed
12?
someone like 2 months later after that.
Yeah, all right. So it was the spring of 2012 he got killed. He killed him, then 2013
Yeah.
off season he got arrested.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, that was just like a different, that year was different for me. Best sporting year of my life. Like in terms of sports, nothing will even come close. And you know me, I'm a highly emotional person when it comes to sports.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, I just am. But like I can't watch, like, you know, I can't watch the 2001 Pepsi 400 without turning into a wet blanket. Like I can even barely talk about it, you know, out loud, because everybody know that was the first race back at Daytona after we lost Dale Sr.
Yep.
And Junior won it. That to me is the single greatest. To me, that is my single favorite sporting moment.
Yeah.
But again, it wasn't.
The odds of that happening are
Well, because it wasn't. Actually, the odds were pretty fucking good. Dale Jr. was really, really good at super speedways. But it was about the emotional connection to it, not about who won it. It was a lot like 2011. It was healing. You know what I mean? It was healing. The whole sport of NASCAR needed that. And we got it. And it just so happened that, you know, it worked out that way.
mm-hmm.
2011 was like along the same lines for me.
Right.
You know, like 2007 was fun. But I would put 2000, like the Giants 07 win. I mean, I still hear Joe Buck in my dreams. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York. I wouldn't say I definitely put that below. I would say probably all three of the Broncos Super Bowls, because those wins were for me. Whereas that 07 year was like me rooting against somebody, not for. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But 11 was me rooting for somebody for a reason that was, you know, kind of beyond comprehension, if you will.
Right.
So I guess that's where that would fall in. Anyway, man, how do we go from Shedeur Sanders to me just like dumping out my purse?
No. That was all the correct like trajectory of like how we got to different things, because we got into Tebow, and then it got into that year of like this person. It all flowed correctly of where it was.
Right. So Shedeur Sanders, again, to bring it back full circle. Sorry for the heavy stuff, but
No, you're good. Shedeur Sanders, dog shit.
I don't
Wet dog shit.
trust him.
He's,
Sean, I don't trust him.
He's gonna be dead. He's gonna be another Jaden Daniels.
I don't even think he's going to be that.
Not playing wise, dead
honestly,
wise.
I think. All right, so yeah, I think you're right. I think he's probably more likely to get carted off the field
for sure.
But I don't think But Jaden Daniels could at least Jaden Daniels has a live arm. He can make some throws. He can do some shit with a football. Our biggest concern with Jaden Daniels was, can he stay on the field long enough to benefit you? And so far through 2 seasons, we've been proven right.
No,
people
not
tried
really.
to say last year, we're like, oh, well, he was healthy his rookie year. No, he wasn't. He missed 2 games.
Correct.
He went out on the first drive of one and missed another. So he got the credit for the starts. I think he went out both times, first drive or whatever it was, but he missed, and then he missed once because again I think he had less wins if you remove those starts, because he got the credit for the win. They won both of the games he missed, by the way, last year. So he got credit for those wins. So when he won the Offensive Rookie of the Year, I'm like, no, he's only got 8 wins, not 10. Bo Nix has 10 wins. He's only got 8. People are like, well, no, he's got 10.
No.
He started, and, and I'm like, man, fuck you. I get it. He plays in the NFC East. You're gonna give him the award because that's what you do. So I don't think Shedeur Sanders is gonna be that guy.
Man,
I don't trust him. And based off of what he said in that post-game presser, Sean, bro, this kid he sounds like,
this is why some of his teammates in Colorado did not like him.
I like a little bit of cockiness. I like a guy that's going to go in there with some confidence and a little bit of swagger. This is just streaming arrogance.
Yo, he said, I did it.
I did it on 1 week of practice. I did it.
Yeah.
Bro, you threw one good screen pass. Other than that, you were dog
And that
shit.
dude ran 66 yards to the touchdown. He's like, you see that pass I threw? The guy's like, what the fuck you talking about?
And he's
I
like,
ran it.
He's like, but I threw it in a perfect spot so that you could take off running. And that's what and maybe that is true.
That's not true at all.
But are we really going to sit here and talk about Shedeur Sanders putting a screen pass in a perfect spot that he had to be able to, so that he could take off up the field and run 66 yards to a touchdown?
Without that pass.
That's what we're doing now?
Without that pass, you were 10 for 20 for 140 yards and an interception.
Unbelievable.
50% passing.
It's terrible.
Against the 2-9 Raiders, who have no defense.
It's not a good team either, by the way.
God.
I don't know.
He's not a good quarterback. He played very bad, and he looked smaller than ever.
The Cleveland Browns have led this show tonight.
Too long.
And it's much to my dismay because I fucking loathe this franchise.
Yeah, I know.
If there was one franchise I could pick to implode and just erase from the face of the earth, it would probably be the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Not the Chiefs, not the Patriots. You know why? Because at least the Chiefs and the Patriots, every once in a while, they can fuck up and be good. The Patriots were good for 2+ decades. The Chiefs, yeah, they've been good for the last decade, but they were dog shit for a long time before that. The Raiders, their ass. No one gives a shit about them. The Chargers are an afterthought. All these teams I hate. The Yankees. No, I need the Patriots, the Chiefs, the Yankees. I need them in my life because I need them to be good so I have something to fucking root against and hate.
Good. Let the hate flow through.
But the Cleveland Browns, they don't do anything except just destroy good talent. They tried to kill Baker Mayfield. They couldn't. They're doing a great job of killing Myles Garrett. Denzel Ward's another one. How many guys do we have to fucking see go through Cleveland and just get shit slapped from the day they walk in the door? Shedeur Sanders is going to be another one. He will rue the day if he ever, God forbid, signs a fucking extension with that shit-ass franchise. I hope his dad's smart enough to be like, nope, you're out of there. First chance you get, you're fucking gone. We're out. Fuck this place. This team sucks.
Big time.
Terrible.
Dumbasses.
They don't deserve to exist in the NFL. Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1, 774-992-8702. That is the phone number. If you want to give us a call, do you have anything to say about Shedeur Sanders, the Cleveland Browns? Well, if you do, I might hang up on you, but who knows?
No, we're not going to hang up on you.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to hang up on you, but I'll let you talk. At least as long as you're making sense.
Tom likes Shedeur.
I don't.
I don't either.
I don't see the his
Career backup. That's what
yeah.
I see him as.
I see his. I feel like his ceiling is like Marcus Mariota.
Dolphins are every bit as bad as Cleveland franchise.
Sure.
If they weren't in South Florida, not one player would sign there. They are located in the best weather in America, no income tax, plenty of cocaine for everybody.
This is
and
all
they
true.
still can't get players there that want to win.
And you know what?
Well, I wouldn't say they still can't get players
But I would.
there.
You know what? I'm glad they pointed out. I'm glad somebody brought up Miami. Yes, Miami deserves to be in that conversation.
They
with
have shit ownership.
the
Yes,
Jets,
they do.
the Browns, the Jags, the Bengals.
They
Cards.
did have a winning franchise for a long time in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, when they had Dan fucking Marino, but they never did anything to help him.
That's very true.
You know what I mean? They were just like they did what they did what the
The
Packers,
Packers did. Yes, they
with
pulled the
A-Rod.
Packers franchise.
Yeah,
If we just give them enough to compete,
we'll
we'll be okay. They're like, we have Dave Wannstedt. He's not going to go anywhere. Dave Wannstedt's pulling out his hair. He's having a heart attack in the sideline.
Remember when he went to Pittsburgh?
Dave
Coach in
Wannstedt?
college. Yeah, when he went to college.
Oh, in college. Yeah, I was like, he didn't go to
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
He got fired from the Dolphins, went to Pitt, and everybody was like, "Oh, they're gonna be good." And they're like, "No, we're not. No, they're not." Like, what are you talking?
No,
about?
we're not.
Like, if you fucking watched Dave Wannstedt for the last fucking 5 years in Miami, like, what are you doing?
But you know, they had Jimmy Johnson and Dave Wannstedt, and Miami fans didn't realize that was their prime.
That was their peak.
And then since then, they've had nothing. Nothing.
Since then, you've had Jay Fiedler and
Jay Fiedler was their peak.
and what's his name?
Chad Pennington.
No, it was the coach there, the dude with the glasses that was the offensive coordinator for the Packers,
Philbin?
Joe Philbin.
Philbin is who you're talking about,
Yeah.
right?
Joe
Philbin
Philbin
was not good, though.
No, he was terrible.
And they had the guy who died.
Oh, Soprano.
Yeah, Tony Soprano. Not Tony.
Sperano.
Fuck.
Sperano.
Sperano, thank you.
Sperano.
Tony Soprano. I'm like, wait a minute.
R.I.P. and peace, coach. Yeah, the Miami, but yeah, Miami's another trash franchise.
Yeah, the ownership is just dog shit.
He's right. The only reason why they're even that anybody even goes there is because
No
they're
income
in South,
tax.
They're in South Florida.
Yes.
They got $1 billion to spend every year because whatever. But then they draft somebody like fucking Tua, and I love Tua. And I was, you know me, Sean. I've been on the Pineapple Princess bandwagon since day one.
I was off after the rookie year. I was like, I'm out.
Now he's got fucking Trent Green-esque scrambled eggs for brains.
But people, after one good game, he'll have one decent game, and they'll be like, I told you this motherfucker was real. And I'm like, it's fake.
You know what they're doing? They're doing the exact same shit they used to do with Michael Vick. When Michael Vick would have a great game passing, and everybody's like, "Oh, you just hating on him because he's a black quarterback," and we're like, "No, we're hating on him because he has no touch on a football and he's a terrible passer, and he has no ability to actually embrace a passing game in the NFL."
Correct.
All he does is run.
Until he got to Philadelphia, and then he was amazing.
Well, no, he's amazing that one game.
That 1 year. That year he was fantastic in Philadelphia.
Yeah, he was in the MVP conversation, but it was just like whatever. But no, he was like, but we were like, no, like he throws a fucking a screen pass. He throws the ball with 900 miles an hour, fucking like he's Randy Johnson. Like, no, put some fucking touch on it. Well, it's not his fault that his receivers can't catch the fucking ball that's coming at him. It's like, dog, like as a quarterback, you got to be able to throw catchable balls and catchable in situations that warrant it. If I'm from me to you and I fucking wind up and fire one into your chest, like,
what the fuck are you doing?
It's gonna be hard to catch.
Yeah.
Like, it's like standing 5 feet in front of the fucking jugs machine. Vic had a gun, but everybody was always, "Oh, you're just fucking hating on him because he's a black quarterback." I'm like, no, I'm hating on him because he's a fucking terrible passer. He's a terrible quarterback. He's a great athlete who happens to play quarterback, but he's not a good quarterback. I mean, he made great plays. He made some of my favorite plays. He was one of my favorite players to watch. I still love Michael Vick. I have his fucking jersey, for Christ's sakes. I'm a huge Michael Vick fan. But at no point was I ever disillusioned to the point where I thought he was a great quarterback. He was a hell of an athlete who happened to play quarterback. And they're doing the same thing with Tua. And they did the same thing with Vick. I remember it was like 2000, I want to say 6 or 7.
6, 7.
6, 7. Right before Michael Vick got arrested for the dog shit, he came out against the Bengals and dropped like 350 on them through the air, like 4 touchdowns, and all the shit was against. I want to say, was it the Bengals or the Dolphins? I can't remember who he played. against, but he came out and had a fucking hell of a game. And it was like, and remember, he was like, "Oh, I guess you're gonna talk about how I'm not a good quarterback now? Oh, I can't throw the ball now. What are they gonna say now?" It's like, bro, you did that once.
Mm-hmm.
This is like your second 300-yard game in like 60 starts. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I listen, I'm happy for you, but like, what are you doing? And then he got arrested like 48 hours later for the whole dog thing.
I encourage you to love your dog, cat, lizard, horse.
Even if it's a lizard, it's a reptilian.
Reptile. That's what it was. No, it wasn't a lizard. Reptile. Fuck, I love that press conference. That was an amazing press conference. Vic was a crazy press conference. You want to segue into games of the week? All right, you want to hit the Patriots game first then? Yeah, definitely. All right.
Let's do some Patriots.
So,
because I don't think it was a game of the week. It shouldn't have been.
No. I mean, we'll talk the Patriots because the Patriots are my team. We'll get to the Broncos because they're our team. Patriots had a rough win over the very shitty Cincinnati Bengals. It was a what? It was a yes. I enjoyed that it was a rough win. But you know what? You know what I really I liked about most of this game? We can talk about the game. After the game, the Patriots, which they never did this with Belichick because Belichick never allowed fucking cameras anywhere.
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel like reamed out the team in the locker room right in the dick.
Dude, that just hit me right in the balls.
So
that landed right. Did you hear that?
I heard it too. It went
Dude,
bonk. I watched it in real time.
That hit me right in the fucking sack. Ow.
That never happens either.
Fuck.
That never pops out. The microphone.
God
thing.
damn, dude. The microphone just fell and hit me right in the balls.
It was
dude.
Ron Mexico. Was Michael Vick? That is true.
Yeah, that was his alias when he went to the clinic when
the
he had
STD
herpes.
clinic. Yeah, that is true.
That's why my brother's team name is the Ron Mexicans.
Yes.
Who's, by the way, #1 in our fantasy league right now.
Yeah, because he has two of the best players accidentally.
Jonathan Taylor and
JSN. Does he have
oh
JSN?
no, Ryan has JSN. I think.
Oh, there you go.
I think does Paul have Stafford though?
Maybe. I can't remember. So Patriots allow the cameras in the post game. Vrabel comes out and says, essentially in the locker room, "Hey, offense, we really got to figure that shit out. You know, we got to get better on third downs. We got to score in the end zone. We can't be.
Oh, no, he's got Patty.
We can't be leaving.
He has George Pickens.
Oh, there we go.
He's got Pickens, Taylor, R.J. Harvey, Alec Pierce, Mark Andrews. Fuck this team. This team fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's a very.
He's got Javonte too. Fuck him. And he's got Denver's defense. What an asshole. He's 10-2.
Hey, you got lucky.
This motherfucker. I hope he fucking loses. I'm rooting against him now.
So Vrabel comes with the team. Vrabel goes, "We got to do better in the red zone. We didn't score today."
I hope he's listening because he's not here.
He's not listening. Got to do better in the red zone. Too many fourth down conversions, third down conversions. They didn't convert in the red zone, and they did bad. And then the defense, he goes, "You got to do better on defense." It wasn't the rah. We're a good team. It was more of like, there's plenty to work on. Like we almost got smoked against a quote unquote bad team. Like I enjoy that from Vrabel. Vrabel's very much like it is what it is, coach. Like I was a player. Don't get complacent just because all the NFL reps are telling you you're a good team. You almost got fucking beat by a team that's 3-7. Now they're 3-8. You won the game, but don't be full of yourselves.
Right, sorry.
But I love that shit.
This carpet is coming up from underneath me. I'm about to break out the nail gun. Yes, Sean, what did we talk about last year? If they had
having a real coach,
if they had Mike Vrabel instead of Gerard Mayo,
yeah, Gerard Mayo was like, who gives a shit?
this team would have probably been at the very. I mean, the Broncos were the 7th seed last year. They would have been fucking with the Broncos to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, Gerard Mayo last year was like, who cares?
Yeah, they were like
Legitimately, he was like, who cares?
Who gives a shit? My first year,
It doesn't matter.
who gives a shit? And like he was like, I'm a diversity hire and I don't care.
Well, he didn't say that, but
May as well have.
But when he said it doesn't matter, it's my first year, it was like, you can't fucking say that, dude. Like that's a bad look.
It's not a good look.
And now he's like, I never want to coach again. It's like that's an even worse look.
All you're doing is making the Crafts look like fucking assholes at that point.
Yeah.
But we knew that. We said that. We called it out.
Thank God they fired him.
We first guessed that on this show, on Row 1, Seat 1, which, by the way, if you haven't given us a like and a follow yet, please do that
And
on our Facebook page.
What about Cleveland? Brings in Mike Vrabel last year. right?
As an assistant, right?
As an assistant to the head coach. In the offseason, because they gave him a 1-year deal, they tell him, we have nothing for you, and just let him go.
Isn't that crazy?
Vrabel openly said, he goes, yeah, I was kind of stunned. They just said they have nothing for you. And he goes, all right.
Okay.
He's like,
see ya.
and he goes,
thank God, because I didn't want to be here anyway.
yeah, no, he goes, that was fine. He goes, I wanted to go and try to be a head coach again somewhere. And he goes, I knew there were teams that were interested in me.
Right.
And he goes, but I was a little surprised Cleveland just said, we have nothing for you. And was just like, thanks for the 1 year. And he was like, I thought it was just strange. Which I do think that's strange that they told him that we have nothing for you. Like, good luck. Like, that is so Cleveland. Like, I know I'm done talking about Cleveland tonight. I don't want to talk about Cleveland anymore. But that's the most Cleveland thing ever. Hey, you might be coach of the year next year for the team you're going to be on, but we have nothing for you. Good luck. We might get 4 wins next year, but good luck to you.
Right. Hey, we're going to have 5 quarterbacks you can choose from. Never mind. We're not going to actually ask you to choose from.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get
bro.
out of here. See you later. We got Kevin fucking Stefanski, who's going to take the one quarterback that actually got us a win and somehow still destroy his confidence in the post game, in the locker room post game while he's handing out game balls.
Oh my God. Patriots Bengals though, rough game. Tons of injuries. There were 9 injuries between both teams. 9. Patriots lost 4 players. Bengals lost 5 players, including T. Higgins. Patriots lost 3 of their starting offensive linemen. It was a rough fucking game.
To your point, Sean, I do want to a couple of things real quick.
Yes, please.
Sorry, I was
No.
I forgot the shit. I just trying to get our shit out there because I want people to follow us on our Row 1 Seat 1 page. On the Facebook page.
Oh,
that is
okay.
Ours.
You're like getting our shit out there. I'm like,
yeah,
what?
I want people to know that like they can follow us on Row 1 Seat 1.
Yes, you
We
can.
do occasionally post funny shit on there, which we got to do a better job of. We need to get Miguel back on that.
That's true.
And maybe I can. I should probably start contributing too. But
I gotta do it too. myself.
Nonetheless, anyway, follow us on Row 1 Seat 1 on our Facebook page, and you can get this show. Will be uploaded live to Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you get your podcast after this. And a big shout out to our one and only sponsor, the Village Sweet Shop, 300 Elm Street, Paid in Our Mass. All your candy needs. Christmas is coming up. Thanksgiving is already this week. Might be a little bit.
Thanksgiving 2 days. Oh my God.
Might be a little bit. That shit might have sailed. But if you need Christmas candies, whatever it is, fudge,
You still
specialty gift baskets.
They're open tomorrow.
Yeah, they're open. They are open
You have
Tuesday through Sunday.
You have plenty of time tomorrow to go down to Paid in Aram Village, go to the Village Sweet Shop, stop in, get some last-minute candy desserts. Don't say you can't do it. You can still step in, get a few things. You don't have to bake a pie. You have last-minute things.
Yeah, why would you do that?
You have to fucking visit
You know
relatives.
you know what I would.
You got
you know
19
you know
different
what I
stores.
love. You know what I love way more than like a
Not
pumpkin
cooking?
pie or like some bullshit dessert
Quick
like
things
that.
to eat.
Twix bars, Snickers,
Fudge.
the deluxe candies that they have down there that are easy to eat. Chocolates.
Sometimes I prefer
Like,
that. You know, like someone, like my wife tells me, oh, we have to make this like complex dessert. Fucking why? I don't want to.
I don't blame you. And it's sometimes it's just easier to just go and buy something and bring it rather than sit there and slave away over it and and deal with the bullshit. Like you end up spending the same amount of money anyway when you factor in the time.
Yes,
Like
and,
if
and
you,
the
like,
sweat labor.
Yeah, like you're gonna spend $30 on ingredients to make a pie, or you can spend $50 on candy and save yourself 5 hours.
And it's all, and you can present it nice. You're like
Or you can just have them make a basket for you. And
you can lie.
Yeah,
I made this candy.
I did this. I did this.
I made this.
I did this. Real quick,
Yes.
let's finish up the Patriots thing first.
Yes, please.
So let me get to my Patriots point. Thank you to our one sponsor, Village Sweet Shops, 300 Elm Street, right in the corner of Bridge and Elm down in Paid in Aram, Mass. They're open Tuesday through Sunday till 5 p.m. every single day. Make sure you go down there, grab all your shit. They have everything from penny candies all the way up to deluxe chocolates.
Grab your shit.
They got those fucking what's it called there? They got the
Dubai?
the Dubai chocolates.
There we go.
And what are the other things there? The big ones, not Labubus. No, what are the
fucking evil dolls?
Yeah, no, they have those. They do actually have those.
What the fuck?
But they also have those not tattoos. What the hell are those candies called?
Dude, I have no idea. Tattoos? I have no clue.
Boo boos or babies or I don't know.
I don't know.
That.
That
Anyway,
I don't know.
I'm not well versed in my candy terminology, but they've
Well,
got
Boo Boo, I do know.
they've got all that hard to find like exotic shit.
My daughter's
as well.
not old enough for Labubu yet. Thank
That's
God.
good. I'm glad your daughter's not sacrificing dolls to the devil. So, did you see the South Park episode? The
No.
Losers one? Oh,
No,
you
not
have to watch
yet.
that one. Anyway, back to the Patriots. So, the one thing, Sean. So this is my thing with the Patriots. Had Joe Burrow played that game, the Bengals probably win. Because the Patriots did not take advantage offensively of what I think is one of, if not the worst defenses we've seen in a decade.
Right.
And the Bengals nearly enough to warrant me to have any real faith in the Patriots going forward. And I say that with it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek. It's a little bit me rage-baiting you guys. It's a little bit me pissing you off. But honest to God, Sean,
No, I agree.
the Broncos put up more points against that defense.
We went to the red zone
The-
3 times and didn't score a touchdown.
They got stuffed
Yes.
a few times. And I get they're trying to be aggressive, but you know what the Kansas City Chiefs did against the Colts on Sunday? Harrison Butker was 5 for 5 from field goal range. That's 15 points.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 touchdowns and an extra point. And a 2-point. It's 2 touchdowns, a field goal, extra point, and a 2-point conversion.
Mhm.
Fuck you, whatever. You get my point. That won them the game because they didn't. They were in plenty of 4th and 1, 4th and manageable situations where everybody's like, "Go for it, go for it, go for it." And you know what they did? They kicked the field goal. Now, maybe Vrabel was feeling himself a little bit. Maybe Vrabel was sitting there saying like, you know what? This team's kind of ass. We can get away with this, and that does play a role. That does come into account, and I definitely get that.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, Sean, when push comes to shove, right? Let's say hypothetically the Patriots end up with the 1 seed because that's where they are right now, right? They're the 1 seed.
Right.
They're 10-2. The Broncos are idle 9-2, and the Colts are now 8-3.
Mm-hmm.
If Denver has to come here to play in the AFC Championship, I am 0% worried.
Yeah, we can't have those
Honestly,
mistakes on offense.
Honestly, I don't even know how your offense will score. I don't think you'll score 10 points at home or away. It doesn't matter. I don't think they'll score 10 points against Denver.
Well,
Unless it's garbage time and it's already over.
I'm a little worried, especially right now where we have no offensive line.
Well,
I'm a little
I
worried
wasn't even gonna take that into account. I was
I
gonna say going into this game, that's how I felt. Now the fact that you're down Will Campbell and 3 offensive linemen,
It's 3 of our starting offensive linemen.
bro. I hate to break it to you guys.
Well, that I am nervous about.
You should be very nervous. Now, the good news for the Patriots is they have a very winnable schedule regardless of those injuries. Now, I would be a little bit... Now, that Baltimore and Buffalo game start to look a little bit more daunting when you're sitting there saying, like, okay, we're down 3 out of our 5 offensive linemen. Like,
You're probably
that's
going
a
to lose
fucking problem.
1 or both of those games now.
I said they were going to lose both
Yep.
all along because I said preseason they would split with Buffalo.
Yep.
I'm sticking to that.
Okay.
I did say preseason they were going to lose to Baltimore.
Buffalo has to win that game now.
You have that aspect of it.
Yeah. And
And-
Baltimore has to win that game too.
So you've got 2 teams with basically
Must-wins.
must-win situations against New England. I don't see, like, I know everybody's on Drake May's nuts, and I know everybody's loving the fact that Drake May looks like he is the truth. And guess what? He is the truth. I told you this last year.
He looks phenomenal.
When y'all were telling me I'm an asshole because I said Drake May was the truth last year. Now you're gonna flip the script and try to tell me that like I'm a dick because I'm telling you that Drake May's not the MVP.
We don't believe
He's
you.
good. He's good. I told you last year this guy was the answer at quarterback for you guys. And I would say it was about a 50-50 split where people, I would say, hold on, let me put it this way. 20% were on board and said, yes, he's the truth. 50% said,
we need more time.
fuck him, he's not it, he sucks.
Yes.
And then 30% said, we got to relax.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm undecided.
Yeah, he was it.
I was on board.
Yeah.
You were on board.
You
and I saw the forest through the trees because you and I watched all the games. You and I watch all the throws. You and I watch the talent. You and I watch and people might sit here and say like, "Oh, you're a fucking hater. You're you can't be objective." Dog, fuck you. I was telling you last year that this is what Drake May was going to do.
But stepping in
with a comparable coaching staff.
Yeah, stepping in with nobody like on that team.
And they're like, well, we added Stephon Diggs. Who gives a fuck? He would have been doing the same thing with or without Stephon Diggs.
Dude, he doesn't even use Diggs that much. He's making Booty and all these guys look much better.
Diggs had one game this year.
Yeah,
the Buffalo game. And that was
the revenge game.
Yeah, because and why did Diggs have a big game that game? Oh, because it happened to serve his own personal gain. No way.
If we only played offset, we would play so well. What was I gonna say? But there were so many games last year where I was like, oh my god, that's Jason Bourne. Like I was like, his arm is like incredible.
He has, dude. I'm telling you, there's a reason why I had Drake May as 1A on my list of quarterbacks coming out. I wanted Bo, I got Bo. If I couldn't have Bo, I wanted Drake May.
Yeah.
Those are my 1 and 1A. Third, a consolation prize would have been Jaden Daniels. And then Caleb Williams would have been fourth on that list, a distant fourth, who I have to say, I'm not on board yet, but I'm starting to get there.
No, I'm still not on board.
I'm not on board. But I'm starting to lean a little bit more towards, all right, this dude's got some freakish fucking athletic ability.
Yes.
And he's not getting hurt.
Always has.
And he's not turning the ball over.
He's always had the ability. It's just between the ears. He's a little fucked up in the head.
Yep. And don't get me wrong. I don't think long term he's going to be anything great. Like I think he's just going to be kind of another guy that comes and goes. But I think with Ben Johnson and the way the Bears are playing right now, I mean, dog, they're poised to win the NFC North.
It's looking like it.
That's not something
they're
you,
sneaky,
me, or
they
really
sneaky
anybody
might win
else
the
had.
NFC North.
Yeah, I mean, they could snatch it from Detroit. I mean, Minnesota's out of it. I don't know what the fuck happened to Minnesota. They just went tits up in a hurry. I mean, J.J. McCarthy, again, whoa, wow. Remember when Sean Payton bragged about baiting the Minnesota Vikings into taking J.J. McCarthy?
Yeah.
Because they thought he wanted him?
Yeah.
And he was like, ha, you can have him.
Yep.
And they were all like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, well, we got the better prospect. Doesn't matter. How's that looking now? Like, I hate to say it, but Sean Payton looks like more and more of a genius every goddamn fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a guy who's been around the league for, 40 years and has been doing this for a long time and knows a thing or two because he's seen a thing or two.
Yeah.
So,
like Sean Payton, I didn't understand like when he took that break. Obviously, when he was forced out of New Orleans.
Yeah, because they were like, bro, you got caught up in a pretty bad scandal, and we're gonna have to let you go.
Yeah. He took those 2 years off, and when he came back, and he went to the Broncos, and I was like...
You know how much I blame Sean Payton for that scandal?
I don't give a shit.
0%. You know why? Because you know how much that scandal's going on in 32 teams across the league
I hope
right
it's
now?
going on.
I mean, I'm sure Sean Payton probably has a similar fucking program going on right now.
Good.
And you know who else that does? All 31 other teams.
Good.
I mean, I've seen that shit.
I hope the Patriots have one
I
going
saw
on.
that shit at the high school level. So...
you want those guys to compete. It's
Not
called
naming
motivation.
Not naming any names, Coach Kedge, but whatever.
But like
I'm not throwing him
as
under the bus,
as soon as you have Sean Payton back and running his scheme, his plan, his team, it's like the Broncos are going to become like the Saints were again, where you have historically just a team competing and it's always there.
A perennial 1 or 2 seed that's just going to be a constant problem.
Yeah.
And whether or not they have the success, listen, if we have the success that the Saints had, I'll honestly be a little bit disappointed because I think only one Super Bowl out of all those years and all those runs, I think was it lacked.
Yeah.
They came up short. I mean,
but
granted,
he got Drew Brees when he was older.
But the Ram, no, he didn't.
He did.
He got him in 2006. Drew Brees was in the league for like 4 years at that point.
Oh, Oh, yeah, you got him when he was older. You got him when he was like
Oh, yeah.
26, 27.
Yeah, he was about Bo Nix's age. So,
Fuck, that's right. Bo Nix was 25 when he got him.
yeah.
Fuck. Well, fuck Bo Nix for staying in college for 6 years.
Well, whatever, bro. But I'm just saying, my point is like, I back to the Patriots. Hold on. Before we get to the Broncos,
Yeah.
let's go to the Patriots. I look at the Patriots like this. They are, to me right now, they're the 2020 Steelers. Where they are feasting on bad teams. They're winning games that they should win. But, like, you look at the Bengals game, and they eke it out against that shit-ass team, and you're like, bro, come on. You look at the Falcons game. The wins that they've had are starting to age worse. Like, they're not getting better. Whereas if you look at the flip side of that coin, the Broncos wins are now starting to age better. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The Broncos, like Philly, number one or two seed right now in the NFC, okay, and defending Super Bowl champions. They beat Kansas City last week. Obviously, KC beats Indianapolis this week. They're 6-5, and a team really nobody wants any part of in January. The Houston Texans now above 500 and starting to lurk in that 6-7 seed area with the number one defense in the league. I mean, we saw what did Houston just do to Buffalo? They pummeled them.
Oh, yeah. Buffalo is...
8 fucking sacks, and they pummeled Buffalo. But we were killing the Broncos a couple of weeks ago because, well, they beat them, but with Davis Mills. Davis Mills is, since that Broncos game, is undefeated.
Dude,
I hate to break it to you guys, but Davis Mills might be a better answer than C.J. Stroud at this point.
I do want to say I watched that whole Buffalo and Texans game, and Davis Mills does not strike me as like, holy shit, he's beating the world here. But I watched that game, and I was like, Buffalo looks like they're playing like fucking crap.
But
and
you know what Davis Mills does?
And I blame Sean, the coach of Buffalo, more than anything else.
Absolutely.
Because Josh is going out there, and Josh is running for his life immediately, and he went back to the sideline.
It was so bad. I was like, what am I doing?
He sat next to what's his name, Titty Kissin, Mitch Trubisky.
Yep.
And he was like, "What the?" And they caught him on camera saying, "What the fuck are we doing?"
Yeah.
And he was visibly frustrated.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, we got you, Brandon Cooks, this week. Don't worry." It's like, what the fuck is Brandon Cooks gonna do? He's a midget.
I'm not saying that Josh Allen can't pull off some Herculean shit and take the Bills to a Super Bowl and win it.
He got hurt during the game though, too.
Because
his wrist.
Well, but listen, Josh being hurt is like
it builds.
It will. It will start to build.
Mm-hmm.
It will start to build. But Josh is, like we said, he's John Elway meets Paul Bunyan. Like he is going to will his team to victory after victory, and he's going to get it done time and time again. Again, Thursday Night Football, I'm not putting too much stock into it because short weeks on the road especially are they're a travesty. The NFL needs to get rid of Thursday Night Football entirely. It needs to go. But my point is like we saw what Houston did to Buffalo. So when you look at it in a frame, when you're framing up the Patriots, the Broncos, the Colts, the Bills, the Chiefs, whatever, and you're looking at the AFC playoff picture, all those wins the Broncos have had, all right, that loss to the Colts, that's an 8-3 team. And they should have beat the Colts. I mean, they had the Colts beat. They beat them. Let's be honest. The Colts, the Broncos were off to a 2-0 start until the refs decided they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, here's 15 free yards, kick it again. Try again. Like, basically gave him a fucking mulligan. Okay, fair enough. 1 and 2. They blow out the Bengals on Monday Night Football to follow it up. I'm sorry, they lose to the Chargers. They go 1 and 2. They blow out the Bengals Monday Night Football. Then they go into Philly and they beat Philly. Right after this, coming a week after the Eagles had just beat the Rams. By the way, the defending champs. The Broncos wins have aged much better than the Patriots wins. And that's why I look at the Patriots, and I say this with as little bias in my heart as I can. And again, I hate the Patriots, and I'll be the first person to tell you I will root for ISIS, Al-Qaeda, the Taliban.
I'm aware.
I will root for I would root for Joe Biden before I rooted for the Patriots.
Shut up. Go ahead.
The Patriots don't scare me if they're a number 1 or 2 seed, or let's say the Patriots get the 1 seed, right? They win out.
Sure.
They don't scare me.
I think they finish 1 or 2, honestly, because
I think
the way
at this
schedule,
point, mathematically, I
Correct.
think it's going to happen because
Correct.
you've got the Colts they've got the Texans twice, the Jaguars. Who else? They just had the Chiefs. They lost to them. The Texans twice, the Jags. I think they got to play the Chargers still.
They do. Did you talk about the Chiefs right now?
No, the Colts.
Oh,
The
Colts are fucked.
This Colts schedule is brutal
Yeah, the Colts have a rough-ass schedule.
to go down the stretch. So I won't be surprised.
Texans, Jaguars, Seahawks. Oh, fuck.
Oh, right, Seattle. That was the other one.
49ers, Jaguars, Texans.
The Niners.
Jesus Christ. It's all playoff teams.
And how many of them are on the road? Real quick.
3.
3 on the road.
Yep.
All right. That's tough. Now, I like the Colts. I think Danny Dimes is going to be comeback player of the year. Said that since the day he signed there.
He's kind of going backwards a little bit.
But listen, if he was not making the throws on Sunday against the Chiefs that I saw him make week 2 against the Broncos. The throws that were fitting in against the Broncos, like he'll never have a game like that again in his life. So
the throws weren't throwing.
No, they were in week 2. Oh, they were throwing.
No, now.
But now they're not. Right. Like we said, we're waiting for that clock to strike midnight and that chariot to turn back into a pumpkin. We know it's coming. We just don't know when. But I think the Colts have enough of a wagon now behind them where they can go on a run, and they're going to be a problem. They're not going to be a team that, like, you're not going to be excited to see the Colts in the playoffs, but you're not going to be like, oh, fuck. We got to play the Colts?
Yeah.
Like, nah, like, if I'm telling you right now, as a Broncos fan, I welcome anybody into Mile High in that first round, that wild card weekend. If we're the 1 seed, that divisional round. I don't give a flying fuck who it is. Our defense is going to beat the brakes off of anybody. The only team, you know who scares me the most, honestly? The Houston Texans.
Because of their defense.
Because their defense. I think that team probably scares me more than the Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Colts, Chargers, Patriots, any of them. I'd be more afraid. I'd be more worried about playing the Texans than I would any of those.
Yeah, but that makes sense. Defenses carry well into the playoffs.
Always.
That's absolutely.
And that Texans defense is no fucking joke.
Yeah. Will Anderson has been playing out of his mind well. Stingley Jr. has been playing insanely well.
Except for that one pass against Cortland Sutton when he beat him for a touchdown. But
no, but that happens.
I think that's Stingley's only touchdown of the year that he's given up
That's
to.
okay.
But it was a dime by Bo Nix, my guy. Much maligned Bo Nix. But my point, but to the Patriots, to kind of wrap this up with the Patriots here real quick, because I don't want to drag this on too much. The Patriots have played a very favorable schedule. And yes, you can't argue that they've won the games that they're supposed to win. They've beat the teams they're supposed to beat. Mm-hmm. But when you watch them, if you are being completely honest, if you think Drake May is the MVP of the league, that means you think he's at his ceiling. This is it. Like, this is his ceiling. He really isn't going to, like, I don't know how you grow from there.
Oh, he's going to, okay. Yeah, he's going to
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's going to get better. Sure he is. And he might.
Mm-hmm.
Statistically, he might. But right now, he is feasting on a very bad schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at this objectively, Sean, and I know you know this because you and I watch the same games every single Sunday. You and I see the game. You and I see games through the same lens more often than not.
Correct.
You and I both know that there are flaws on this Patriots team.
Of course there are.
And the flaws that are on this Patriots team are not right now the quarterback is playing at a very high level. The defense is playing at a pretty high level. Yet they're still only beating out teams that are 5, 6, 7 levels below them by a point, a 2-point, a drive, a field goal here, a field goal there, whatever it be.
We shouldn't be here yet. I
agree with you.
I don't like the 2020 Steelers comparison. I like the 2019 Titans comparison. I know it gets compared a lot to because of Vrabel and his Titans. And
that makes sense.
And
though.
the only reason though, I like them because they get to the they get to the AFC Championship game and they lose because that was a Titans team that shouldn't have gotten as far as they did, and they got there and they lost.
But they got there and they ultimately lost to a better team.
And I think that's kind of like
granted the whole fucking country was rooting for them.
And I think that's ultimately the max of what the Patriots do.
Except like Poulin, because he was like, I'm going to bandwagon Mahomes.
Yeah, I think that's ultimately like what happens with the Patriots.
Fuck you, Poulin.
That's the max of what happens with this Patriots team too. Like they'll get like the max is they get to an AFC Championship game and they'll lose. Like I don't see them getting to the Super Bowl, to be honest.
I see the Patriots as a.
If they get the 1 seed,
it depends. Well, again, I think this comes down to matchups.
Yes.
Right? The AFC right now is so wide open. I think it comes down to matchups.
Right.
The only teams I don't think that have to care about the matchups are Houston and Denver because their defenses are so fucking good. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people got to remember, the Broncos beat the Chiefs without Pat Surtain, the reigning defensive player of the year.
Mm-hmm.
They beat them without Alex Singleton, their starting middle linebacker.
Correct.
All right. They beat them without J.K. Dobbins, their best rusher on the year, who we're not going to have for the rest of the year, but regardless, like, all right, so we were able to do all that against the Chiefs, who have been the, creme de la creme of the AFC for the last, 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
6 years. Let's call it 6. I'm not giving it 10. Because the Patriots were still there 10 years ago. But my point is, the Broncos and the Texans are the only two teams I feel like that don't care. I honestly don't think they care where their seating is. Everybody else has to care because matchups, because styles make fights and all that shit. Whereas the Broncos and the Texans are like, yeah, man, we're just going to go in. We're going to play mistake-free football on offense, and our defense is going to bludgeon you.
Right.
Good luck. We'll see where the chips fall. Maybe you outscore us. Maybe you get lucky. Who knows? Ball bounces your way. Could the Broncos be the 1 seed and end up being one and done? Of course they could. It's the NFL. That's the beauty of the NFL, is that you don't necessarily have to be the best team to win. You just have to be the best team that day. So I get that, but I don't see the Patriots making a run that is like where you're like, oh shit. Like right now, I don't think anybody is scared to play the Patriots.
I don't say scared. I just think it's one of those teams where it's just like
Could you imagine
easy.
wild card weekend, Baltimore coming into New England and Baltimore being scared of the Patriots?
No, I don't think anybody's scared, but I think it's a tough matchup. I don't think it's an easy win.
It's not an easy win, but it's a win.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it's a win.
See, I think so, especially now with the injuries. Now let's factor in the injuries.
Yeah, if the defensive line's gone for the rest of the year, yeah, we're fucked.
I mean, Drake May got sacked 6 times against the Falcons.
Yeah,
and they're about as middle of the road defense as you're going to fucking find in the league.
Yeah, let me wait to find out what's going on with the defensive line.
What the fuck are they going to do against Denver or Houston?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you shitting me? Like, you gave us 6 sacks to the Falcons, and you think Nick Bonito and Will Anderson and those dudes ain't going to eat? Come on, bro. Like, that's not a good matchup. But the Patriots can, by getting the first round bye, okay, you eliminate one game that you have to play.
Yes, now you're in divisional round.
Now you're automatically in division. Now you just need 3 wins instead of 4.
Yep.
Like, that's what it comes down to. Who can win 3 or 4 games in a row at the end of the year? That's really all it comes down to. And that's the crazy part about this league. But from a Patriot standpoint, like, I know everybody's like, this Drake May MVP thing is like taking off, and we'll touch on it here.
Drake May.
I love Drake May. I'm a Drake May fan. I was a Drake May
pulling
fan.
For it. He's
in college. I'm gonna be. Listen. I will eventually learn to loathe him, I think, because he will be a thorn in my side, hopefully for the next 10 to 15 years, because and honestly, that's what makes it fun. That being said, the fact that we are having Drake May for MVP conversations right now is insulting to the MVPs that have come before him and will come after him.
I use it. I say it. I can't say the rest of that meme.
Hard R's all across the board.
At least you know that I was talking about. I say it.
Can I get a pencil? I say it. I don't know what to tell you.
The woman interviewing him, and then in his home, just staring at him.
Like, sir, this is not the flex you think it is. But Drake May for MVP, I think, is going to be one of the silliest conversations that we're having because, again, he's not even the best quarterback in the AFC. He's not the best player in the AFC. And then we can take into account the NFC where you have, I don't know, Matt Stafford, who is, what are we talking about right now? Matt Stafford is far and away the MVP of this league.
He's having a good year, but not
number 2 would be Jonathan Taylor. I think
I don't think they're going to give it to a running back, just to be honest with you.
Well, they're not going to give it to him.
I know.
Because unless you break a record as a running back, you're not getting it.
Exactly.
So if he doesn't break a touchdown record or yardage record, he's not getting it. In fact, I might actually cash out my Jonathan Taylor MVP bet.
You should ASAP.
Right now after this show, because I think I'm like plus like $40 on it right now.
Bang it out.
You know what I mean? Like I put 10 on him to win it, plus 3,500. I think he's down to like plus 250. But I think I can get like $50 out of it or $40.
Take it.
Yeah, because I don't see the Colts season going up from here.
Definitely not.
You know what I mean? Like he might throw up some numbers, but maybe I let it ride another week. But even then, I think I'm just playing with fire. I think Bo Nix has been better than Drake May. And it's not because, like, statistically speaking, no, he's not. But when you look at the games, Bo Nix in the fourth quarter against Philly, Bo Nix in the fourth quarter against Kansas City, Bo Nix in the fourth quarter against the Giants, Bo Nix in the fourth quarter against every other team.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Nix has put it together when it's been crunch time. What do we talk about? MVP, most valuable player. Bo Nix is contributing to wins. Yeah, Drake May's having a nice season. But he's about on par. Him and Bo Nix are about on par with similar statistics.
Yeah.
But he's not running away with anything numbers-wise. But because the Patriots are overachieving to people who didn't pay attention preseason to how bad their schedule is going to be, everybody's sitting here assuming like, oh, well, Drake May is. Obviously, he's the MVP.
Clearly.
And we're like, no, if you looked at the schedule before the season, you would have known that the Patriots winning 10 games was not even, like, that was a slam dunk. In fact, you and I tried to bet on it, and the numbers were so bad for the Patriots.
It was plus 110.
Yeah, we were like, it's not even worth it.
No, it's not. It wasn't
I got
worth
plus 850 for the Broncos last year, and I bet $100 on it. I won $800 on the Broncos winning over 9.5 last year.
Worse.
And then another 250 on them winning exactly 10. So it was just that bad. But, Sean, you and I have shared a brain on this all offseason and all year. I like Drake.
Love it.
I like the direction the Patriots are headed.
Love it.
There really is. Like, this year has been an overachievement. It's been great.
Far exceeded it.
It's awesome. If you're a Patriots fan, you are loving life right now. But let's be real. Let's pump the brakes. People are like, oh, well, Vegas says Drake May is going to win MVP. Yeah, Drake.
They don't.
No, nothing.
Right now, he's second in Vegas.
Well, they think he's a great shot to win MVP. He's not winning MVP.
They want the money.
They want your money.
He's plus 200.
Yeah, they want your money.
You know who's number one?
Right now is Matt Stafford. He's like
Stafford.
minus 110.
Yes, he's minus 110.
And then Jonathan Taylor, I think, was third, like plus 500 or something like that.
Yeah, he's.
And then
up
it gets
there.
crazy after that. But I don't care what Vegas has to say. Vegas is just they just want your money.
That's all they care about. Yes.
They want your money, you fucking idiots. Like
Stupid.
Like stop fucking quoting. I hate when people like do that when they're like, "Oh, Vegas thinks." I'm like, I don't give a shit what Vegas thinks. Vegas is just trying to dupe you idiots into betting money on something they know you're not going to win. That's what Vegas does. That's their whole scam. Like that's how they live and exist. Like, really? We're gonna take sports books? Oh yeah, because the sports books are on the up and up, right? Yeah, they're really out there for the little guy, making sure that the little guy makes his money, you know? Assholes.
They are. They're like, oh, What's that?
But to the Broncos side of things, real quick, because we kind of already talked a lot about the Broncos.
No. We have to talk about the Broncos. Absolutely.
So the Broncos beat the Chiefs last week. We talked about that. They're coming into, we got Sunday night. I think right now, so I told you that because I told you about my strategy about betting Bo Nix for MVP this year.
yes.
I put $100 on him at plus 7,500 to win MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday night, I feel like this is the fulcrum point. This is it. This is where this bet, my strategy either comes to fruition or goes tits up.
Okay.
If Bo Nix comes out off the bye in Washington on Sunday Night Football, and the Broncos, let's say they go off offensively, kind of like what they had against Cleveland last year. Bo Nix throws 3 touchdowns, rushes for another one, and they blow the doors off the Washington Redskins.
All right.
My bet, that cash out is going to, in front of a national audience in the nation's capital, that bet is going to go through the roof. Bo Nix's MVP odds are going to get to where Drake May is now.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think at that point he should pass Drake May in the conversation because
if the Broncos do what they've done all year and they come out slow, sluggish, and kind of look like shit offensively but win anyway, even despite the offense, then I'm fucked. Then it's time to whatever that MVP bet, whatever that cash out odd is, it's time to take it.
right.
Because it's not going to get any better from there. But I believe, and I firmly believe, that Bo Nix is going to come out and drop a nuke on Sunday Night Football against the Washington Redskins. It's Marcus Mariota. I think they're going to get a boatload of fucking opportunities offensively. I think they've had the bye week to simplify the offense, simplify the play calling, get the play calling in quicker. Not simplify. I shouldn't say simplify because that makes it seem like Bo Nix is incapable of comprehending the play calls that are coming in. He's not incapable of comprehending them. They're not getting in quick enough for him to be able to get up to the line with the play call, digest the defense, and adjust from there. So I think that's what's going to be the difference. And right then and there, Sean, I think if Bo Nix goes off and he has a 2, 3, 4 touchdown game on Sunday night, I feel like it's a wrap. It's going to be him and Stafford MVP conversation for the rest of the year. And then it's just a matter of how much guts do I have to let that wave, to ride that wave and see how high I can get that cash.
You know what? You gotta let it see. You gotta see it through with that. But you gotta. If I were you, I let it see it through. Like
if
you have to let it go.
I think I said if it gets to 1,500 cash out option, I'm taking
fucking take it. If it gets to 1,000, I think I would take it.
I think so too.
If it gets to 4 digits,
because that would pay for pretty much my entire year's worth of betting.
Yeah, if it gets to 4 digits, I'd be like, I'm fucking taking it. Because I still think that, you know how the NFL is. The NFL gets like media darlinged with Stafford sometimes.
Well, and not only that, but the NFL they fall in love with certain players. And I think they were pushing the Bo Nix, the Drake May narrative.
Yeah.
For the last couple of weeks, because it was easy to do. Well, look at him; he's winning, and the Patriots, and they're back, and it's Tom Brady all over again, and here we go, and there are kids in preschool that haven't seen a New England championship, and blah 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 blah, and it's all fun and games, it's all funny, but when you break it down and you actually do real sports talk, and you actually do real what we consider, I wouldn't say journalism, but like what we do is we watch the games and we try to bring a realistic approach. We're not rage baiting here.
Nope.
Like that is not our show's platform. We don't do rage bait. We don't do any of that bullshit.
I mean, sometimes.
Unintentionally. It's unintentionally. If you think we're having a really shitty take, it's probably because one of us is really just animated about a certain thing and we're mad about it and we want to send a message. But for the most part, you and I, we don't sit here and we don't rage bait.
Nah, generally
I'm not going to put up a power rankings tomorrow with the Patriots ranked 8th.
Yeah, no.
To get people to fucking, click and bait.
You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and just, what the fuck? I'm not engagement farming like I've been accused of doing. No, I just shitpost and I talk trash. And You either like it or you don't. But the bottom line is I'm not wrong. And what I'm telling you is the truth. Because
Makes sense to me.
when I'm right, I'm right. And that's pretty much all the time. So, that being said, the Drake May thing was like, I feel like it was kind of a rage bait thing to get people, like to get money on other people and start spreading the money around. Because, again, once sports betting became legal, the whole game changed.
Yeah, it's billions a year spent on on legal sports betting now.
Yes. And so we know that there's going to be narratives, and the media is behind it. Like, you really think Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless aren't sitting there getting a cut saying, like, hey, we need you to talk this guy up for MVP. Why? Don't ask questions. Okay. Here's a paycheck. That's what my boss says. That's what I do. You don't have to know why. You just need to know what you need to do. Those are your marching orders. Now carry them out. So I get that. I get that it's come down to that. We don't do that here. So when somebody says to me that Drake May is the MVP, I feel insulted. And so I'm like, no, you haven't watched the games. You really just haven't. Well, you haven't watched football, or you're watching them through, or you're just watching the Patriots games. And you're like, yes, Drake May is the best player on the Patriots.
Oh.
But that doesn't make him automatic MVP of the league. Like, when I told somebody the other day, I forget who it was. I told somebody the other day that like Matt Stafford was like 27-2 touchdowns to interceptions. They're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, you didn't know that? And they're like, holy shit, no, I haven't watched a Rams game all year. I'm like,
no.
so how the fuck are you gonna sit here and tell me Drake May's the MVP and you haven't watched a fucking Rams game this year?
No, he's
like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Not only is he 27-2, I think he's like 200 yards behind Drake May.
I think he's better now than that. I think he's even more than that because he fucking dunked on the knob.
No, he has like 2,800 yards passing. Drake May is in the league with like 3,100 yards passing, but he's like right behind Drake May, and his efficiency is like through the roof.
Right now, Stafford is 30-2.
Wow, 30-2. Okay,
30-2.
That's sick,
dude. That is fucking insane.
That's sick.
With 6 games to go.
That's sick. Was he gonna end up 40-3?
2,800 yards. Like that is fucking insane.
Hey, that's sick. That sucks that Drake May is gonna beat him for the MVP.
Yeah,
but that's sick.
Yeah. And he's been without Puka Nacua
for a lot of the
for
season,
a big chunk of the year.
But you know what? Devontae Adams has fucking carried that load. Devontae's been a big help for that team.
Have you looked at like Devontae's touch? Like every single one of Devontae's touchdowns has come like inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, he loves Devontae.
He is killing it in the red zone.
Remember everyone was like Devontae Adams was like an afterthought. The Jets were like, yeah, dude, take him. Yeah, he's garbage.
Yeah, you can have him.
Yeah, he's been absolutely nothing for us.
Yeah, whoops. How'd that work out? Oh, another beautiful move by the fucking Jets franchise.
The Jets is like, please take him. He's so washed.
Yeah.
He goes to L.A. and he's like the next best thing. Like,
dude's
revitalize his career.
What, 8-9 touchdowns on the season? Like, it's insane, dude. But my point is, like, people don't watch the league the way you and I watch the league. We don't just watch our teams. We watch everything that's going on. That's why people come to us. That's why people listen to this show. That's why people come here and get their information from us, because we watch everything, so you don't have to. And then we disseminate. Sometimes we get a little hooked. We forget things here and there.
Yeah, of course.
But we disseminate most of the information to you so that you don't have to fucking sit there and watch the blowhards like Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless.
Dude, what's his name? Colin Cowherd doesn't watch anything.
I'm convinced
for a fact
Colin Cowherd has never watched football in the last 10 years.
I don't think he's watched any game in the last 3 seasons at all.
The only national guy that I truly trust and I listen to is Adam Shine.
Adam Shine watches stuff.
Yeah, he's
Shannon and Ocho watch shit too. Like, if you listen to Shannon and Ocho's podcast or wherever the fucking they broadcast it, because I'll watch it on like TikTok or Instagram Reels, whatever it comes on, and they'll have their shit on. They watch the shit. And they'll be like, "Oh, did you see this?" And they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I saw it." And did you see this in the fourth? Like, they'll reference like actual gameplay, as opposed to Colin Cowherd. Colin Cowherd's like, "Did you hear about this? Did you see this?"
3 weeks ago, Colin Cowherd was talking about Sean Payton drafting another quarterback.
Well, I
to
was like,
replace Bo Nix.
that
And
was
I'm
like 6 weeks ago. And it was just like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Really?
You don't know what you're talking about.
Really? Like, come on, dog. Like, really? Like, get out of here with that fucking fake ass fucking. That's the shit, and that's what I think. That's what I think. I hate most about what social media and everything is done to like sports in general.
Yeah.
Is they've made it. It's not about making a point and being right.
Not at all.
It's just about engagement farming.
Yes, that's all it is.
It's just rage bait. And it's like, I don't post. People like accuse me of rage baiting. And I'm like, dog, have you not been friends with me for the last 20 years on Facebook?
I've been doing
Like,
that for 100 years.
This is what I do.
I wanted to quickly look up Devontae Adams' stats because I wanted to just emphasize how good he's been. 48 receptions, 630 yards, 12 touchdowns.
12. That's
12
fucking
touchdowns
insane, dude.
in 11 games.
That's insane.
Only 48 catches, though.
That's ridiculous, dude. That means 25% of his passes
Are touchdowns.
are touchdowns.
And he's going to end up 1,000 yards, easy, 70 receptions.
16, 17 touchdowns.
70 receptions, probably 16 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Revitalize his whole career in 1 year. At age what? How
But
old
this
this
is
dude?
why, and this is why I fear of all the teams that I fear in the league, there's only one. I'm sorry, there's only one team that I fear
Dude,
in
at
the league.
33 years old, he's a Christmas Eve baby.
Sean, do you know how many receivers had their best seasons after 30?
Not a lot.
Almost all the greats.
Really?
Rice, Owens, Moss, Carter, almost all of them had their best seasons after 30 years old.
Oh, I didn't realize
At
that.
30 or above. Tim Brown. Like, if you go back and look at, like, guys, like, because it used to be when before the league was so heavy in passing,
Mm-hmm.
wide receiver was probably one of the hardest positions to learn. Because you had to have such timing and rhythm and a rapport with your quarterback. Then the game became, it kind of became more wide open after that, in the last 20 years. But if you go back and look, like T.O., Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, maybe Jerry Rice. I think Jerry Rice, actually, I think he had his best season before he was 30. They strike shortened year where he caught 22 in 12 games. I think he might have not been 30. He might have been 29 at that point. But my point is, you go back and look, a lot of those guys, it took you a long time to mature mentally to the point where you could actually have like a really good, like, and be really good at the position. There were guys that came in. Randy Moss had a great year, in 98 when he was a rookie. But he was obviously way better, 11 years or 9 years later in 07.
Right.
So you do the math. You know what I mean? Like, T.O.'s best year came in, what was it, 04 in Philly?
It was 04 in Philly, 100%. And then he got hurt and still played
And
massively
he was
hurt.
drafted, and that was 8 years after he was drafted.
That's fucking crazy.
So, you know what I mean? Like, it takes a minute sometimes. It took a minute for receivers to kind of, like, they had to marinate for a while. And then all of a sudden it became like,
to learn the game.
Yeah, never mind. This is easy. So, go figure. But my point is, Devontae doing this at this age is not a surprise to me. Because there's really nothing you can throw at Devontae that he hasn't seen before. It's like when Brady said, like, I've got the answers to the test.
Yeah, why would
nothing you're going to throw at me I haven't seen before.
Why would I retire now? Like, I have all the answers to the test. Why would I
and I
retire?
still feel good. So
Yeah.
until Devontae's body betrays him, which it ultimately will, sooner than later, but until then, may as well keep riding this wave, homie.
Oh, you see, Brady had two things to get in trouble for this weekend. One, slipping the N-bomb during the game.
That was great.
And then before that game, he has NFL execs and media personalities calling for his banning on the sideline because he was throwing passes in a full suit to A.J. Brown on the sideline. They were like, that's tampering. –
– – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – –– – – – – – – – – –
It's like, come the fuck on.
And A.J. Brown is probably going to not be a Philadelphia Eagle next year. So
A.J. Brown is doing everything he can to shoot his way out of Philadelphia.
I can see why people would be upset about that. GMs, owners, whatever.
Stupid.
Is it, though?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, AJ, the
In
Raiders.
full view of 60,000 people.
But you're developing a rapport with a guy that you wouldn't have otherwise developed a rapport for if you weren't granted that access to the sidelines because of your position in the booth.
I don't know. I think that's just stupid.
I can see a little bit of it.
How is that any different than when an NFL owner invites a player to come by their boat to chat, and they're giving him like fucking tons of food and shit?
Oh, that's off camera. It's behind the curtain. You know? Got to be a little more. Got to be a little more 007 and a little less John Wick, if you will, or Rambo, whatever. I don't know. Name a guy who just kicks the door in and starts firing.
John Wick was right.
Sure, we'll go with that. A little more, a little less John Wick, a little more 007.
Game's your fort.
But that I think pretty much. I think that puts a little. Did we miss anything? Are we good?
Nah, the Brady N-bomb got me.
The Brady N-bomb was funny. That was funny.
Social media was like, nah, Brady got a pass.
Yeah, totally gave him a pass. They were just like, it's Tom Brady, bro.
The memes
whatever he wants.
of Brady getting a dark tan cracked me up.
Dude, those were fucking hilarious.
I don't know why they were putting Mark Davis's haircut on him. Fucking doubles down.
Didn't matter. It was funny.
I get he's part of the Raiders organization, but they put the haircut on him. It fucking kills me every single time.
It was beautiful. It was funny. I laughed my tits off.
Wait, what else? No, I think there was something else social media related. Obviously, if Paul was here, he would talk about how as soon as the halftime ended of his Colts and Chiefs game, he was like, I can't believe I'm going to lose this game. And I was like, dude, you're up. You're winning by 7. And he's like, we're going to lose.
He knew. And
he called it before the third quarter began.
There were some pretty bad calls in that game that went in favor of the Chiefs, as usual.
Of course.
There was also some pretty bad calls that didn't go in favor of the Chiefs. So I love the way that like Chiefs fans were like, they point out like the one call that didn't go their way though. And they're like, I don't ever want to hear anybody talk about fucking refs and the Chiefs again. And you're like, dog, you've been getting the benefit of the doubt for fucking 7 years. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, no, we're not going to shut up. Fuck you. Like, you suck. Go kiss my fucking whole asshole. Going forward this weekend, though, we've got – you guys are on a bye, right?
No, we have the Giants.
Oh, that's right. Monday night. You got the Giants, right? The G-Men.
After they just fired everybody.
Fired everybody. Gone. See you later. Makes sense.
I don't even know who's playing that fucking game. I know it's Jackson Dart. Who the fuck else is playing?
Does it matter? I mean, the Patriots should take care of business on Monday night. The Broncos should take care of business Sunday night against the Skins. Who do the Colts have? They have or do they have the bye this week? Somebody has a bye, I thought. Let me check. Let's see. So we've got. So let's start off with the Thursday slate here. Green Bay, Detroit. I'm going Detroit. Kansas City at Dallas. I'm going to go Dallas in the upset here. I feel like Dallas at home is going to somehow pull this one out. I don't know why. I don't know how. But I feel like they're, ever since Nealand took his own life, I feel like they've been playing on a heater.
Chiefs.
I'm going with them.
I got the
Joe
Chiefs.
Burrow returns on
Against the
Thursday
Ravens.
night against the Ravens. I'm still going with the
Ravens need it desperately.
Chicago at Philly on 3 p.m. on Friday, a Black Friday game. Which
I'll take the Bears
pisses
in
me
this
off.
one.
I'm going Philly.
I'll take the Bears in an upset on this one.
Nah.
You know why?
Why?
Eagles, even though they're great defensively, still a fucking mess on offense.
They are that. They are not good. Cleveland hosting San Francisco.
49ers all day.
The Niners should win that. Should or shouldn't even have a chance. It's going to be cute. Jacksonville, Tennessee. I'll go the Jags.
Jags as well.
Oh, that's what it was. Houston at Indy. This is a game.
I'm going Houston.
I'm going to go Indy.
I don't
At
know.
home, I think I'm going to go Indy. No, battle of the bottom, New Orleans, Miami.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
I don't
I'll go
care.
Miami because I think they'll just luck into it. Atlanta at the Jets. Atlanta's got Kirk Cousins starting. I'll go
Falcons.
with them. Falcons. Arizona, Tampa Bay. I'm going to go Arizona. Baker Mayfield's out, so
I guess, yeah, it's going to have to be the Falcons. I'm sorry, the Cardinals for me.
Rams at the Carolina Panthers with their sharp teeth and claws.
Rams for sure.
Rams easy. Minnesota at Seattle.
Seattle.
Buffalo at Pittsburgh.
Buffalo needs it.
Buffalo backs against the wall. They're going to need it. Chargers.
Chargers need every win they can.
Yeah, Chargers at home against the Raiders. Chargers should win that. Denver at the Skins. I'll go Denver. And New England, the Giants. I'm going to go. Giants at home. I'm going to go.
Patriots at home.
Patriots at home against the Giants. I'll go Giants. Patriots.
Thanks. I was going to say, wow, you fuckbag.
No, I'm
Patriots.
not. No, Patriots are going
I was
to
like, that's ballsy. They have no coaches.
And then, so what is it? Do you guys have the bye week 14?
Yeah, thank God. We need it desperately.
So, anyway, Will Campbell is out for the year, though, right?
No. They're not going to put him out for the year yet. They're going to hope that he's going to try to play for it. Yeah.
High ankle sprain is what they're hoping for?
They're hoping for an MCL sprain.
MCL sprain, not tear. Okay. Either way.
And then,
Bad hit.
And then Jared Wilson is a high ankle sprain. And then Morgan Moses they haven't said it yet.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's all of our fucking players.
It's not a good look. It's not a good feeling at this point in the year. This is when you want to be getting healthy and going on a run, and the Patriots are going the other way on that. So, we will not be back on Tuesday night for sure because I have to work. I have no idea. We might not be here for the next 2 weeks. We might be back on Thursday next week.
We will see.
Sean and I might do a little Zoomy Zoom, little call, little quick show, whatever. And then I am on vacation for a week, and we won't be here. I'll be in the Caribbean, so you will have to miss us for maybe 2 weeks, which is a bummer for me because we get the Skins, and then I think we got the Jaguars.
And then in that time, Drake May will secure his MVP.
I think the MVP conversation goes out the window on Sunday night when Bo Nix drops a nuke in the nation's capital, and not for nothing, the Giants are not a good team, but they can get after the quarterback. It's one thing they're good at, and they could derail a little bit of Bo Nix's MVP hopes themselves. So we will see, but we will be back in 3 weeks. We won't be here for the next two. Next Tuesday, the Tuesday after, we will we'll keep you posted if we're going to do a show at all next week. If we can fit one in, we will. If not, I will talk to you guys.
Happy
when I get back.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. We'll
Enjoy,
be back before.
be safe.
Yeah, we'll be back before Christmas, so that we'll have that. But for all intent and purposes, happy holidays.
Yes, happy holidays. Happy biggest party night of the year tomorrow night.
I'll be working a double.
Yeah, I am not going to be going out. I have kids.
I think the last time I went out on the night before Thanksgiving actually was with you guys.
Was it?
Yeah.
That was several years ago.
Fucking a long time ago. I think I was still living at Ingraham Street.
Yes, that was our last year before children.
Yeah. So there's all that. So enjoy your Thanksgiving. Enjoy the Thanksgiving slate of games. Enjoy your holiday. I am Joey Fats for Mr. Betancourt and Plizzy, who could not be here tonight. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And we will see you, I would say, probably in 2 weeks. 3 weeks.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We'll be back in 3 weeks. So enjoy all of the action that is to come. And we will talk to you after the Thanksgiving holiday, but prior to Christmas. So
Drake May.
Drake May. Drake May. May.
MVP.
MVP. Bo Nix MVP. Fuck you.
Later.
I'm not going to go all Tom Brady with it. I'm not going to.
No.
I can't get away with that. So, anyway. All right. Thank you, everybody. Happy holidays. We'll talk to you all in a couple of weeks. Peace out. Enjoy the Thanksgiving holiday. Later.
Fat